Wherever you're watching me from, welcome to our panel live stream that we have every day. I'm trying to get my music set up, Fred. You know, I don't take this for granted. I really like this intro that we've got. He took his time. This guy's a professional, by the way. He's from New York City, but he's living now, I believe, in Seattle. Well, the stupid phone is not working correctly, so we'll go ahead and get started. I want to welcome everybody again. You know, we got a topic, as always, Fred. Today is getting married in the Philippines, but this is your live stream. We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. But before we get started, I just want to bring y'all a few nuggets here. The peso is at this moment, I know yesterday it hit, it's 56.22.
Wow.
Which is just, yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's amazing, Fred.
Yes,
I don't
it
know
is.
what to say. I know a guy sent me a link yesterday. It was
It's so Fred.
56.23. I want to welcome the NTZ crew. Thank y'all so much for everything that you do. Michael Beat Your Life and Jacob Tanje for keeping this a safe and respectable live stream, keeping the trolls at bay. We're starting a new YouTube channel, Fred. It's called Miracles Waiting to Happen. And it's going to be a lifestyle channel. Nothing but positive shorts, videos, and good times. We're going to help other people tap into their true potential and live out their dreams. That's what it's about. I'm going to put this up here. Michael Beat Your Life, if you could try to find this link and put it up there if you could. This is a collaboration between me and Marilyn, just to give her something to do. And I think the time is right for it because I added something to my channel. I don't know if you noticed, Fred, 1 minute motivation every day.
Oh, yeah. Me and Lynn, we look at it every day, every time you put it up.
Yeah, I put one out today, mind your own business. And every day we do that. And people always ask me how I ended up in the Philippines and all of that. And I tell them, you know, it's a lifestyle choice that I made because everybody's life is just a compilation of their decisions and choices that we make. But I'm going to introduce my panel and we'll get going. First of all, we have Miss Sharon Lapu Lapu. She's become a regular panel member now. We need a woman's perspective. And Fred, that was Fred's idea. And go ahead and introduce yourself, Sharon, and kind of tell us a little bit.
Okay, hello everyone. It's Sharon Lapu Lapu again, and please subscribe my channel. And I will have a live stream tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Philippine time, and it's general discussion, but must keep in general question and respectful.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you're having your live stream. Now, what do you have, a StreamYard or account?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, but it's going to stream through YouTube like I'm doing now. Let me ask you, how many subscribers you have today?
When I checked this morning, I have 621 or 620.
Wow. Yeah, that's a great jump, Fred. You know, when she came on my channel the first time, she had 7 subscribers.
That's true.
But this is what it's all about, helping each other, you
Yeah.
know, to reach out, to tap into our true potential. That's what it's really all about. Because she was nowhere on the YouTube map. You wasn't nowhere on the radar, and you was going nowhere fast. Trust me. Okay. And
Oh, you know
also,
what I want? Yeah. Go ahead, Calvin.
OG Fred on the panel. Good morning, Fred.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Calvin.
Also.
Good morning, Sharon.
Good
You know,
morning, Sir Fred, and good morning, Sir Calvin.
Well, what I wanted to tell Sharon was, you know, I've been watching your videos, and you know what I like about them? They're short and to the point. You don't drag them out. You say what you need to say.
Yes.
God bless, and then you on to the next video. So thank you. I find him entertaining.
Yeah. But for her own good, Fred, if she needs to make them just a little longer to reach her goal, she's trying to get monetized on YouTube.
Yeah.
So you have to get 4,000 watch time hours, and that would mean the shorter you make them, the more videos you have to make them. And I think YouTube only counts it when you watch it for a certain amount of time. I don't think if you just click on there, they count it and click off. You understand?
Yes.
So it's best that you kind of think about what you're going to talk about. Write it down if you have to. Make it interesting, but stay straight to the point.
Yes.
Okay, the topic today is getting married in the Philippines because both of you were married here in the Philippines. And there's a lot of guys who are coming here and getting married, and we just want to kind of help them and anybody else who's thinking about making that big step over here, Fred. I know you got married here in the Philippines, right?
Yes, I did. But that was back in 1989 when I got married there.
Now, did you get married on the base or you got married actually in the Philippines?
Actually, in the Philippines.
Okay.
We had this course because I was in the military that we had to go through. And one thing was kind of interesting, and it seemed like they were trying to do everything from to discourage us from getting married. Like, I'm Baptist, my wife is Catholic, and that's supposed to make a big difference. But it didn't, we're still together. I'm still a Baptist, she's still a Catholic. We haven't had a problem with that. But, and then, some of the things they tell you when you go to the States about, this, and this. And I think it's more of a scare tactic. Is sometimes act like they didn't want you to get married, if you were American to marry a Philippine woman.
Yeah. Well, they got this CFO class, and we talked a little bit about that on the last live stream, where when that's the last step before they stamp that visa and give her papers. It's a CFO. It's like a seminar, and they take the woman through the ringer and try to discourage her from going over to wherever she's going. It's a mandatory class. And, they basically try to scare her. You talk about human trafficking, domestic abuse and all of that. Do you really know the man? And they do a good job. One woman that went through with my wife, she turned around. She changed her mind after hearing that, believe it or not.
But Calvin, the part was kind of interesting. They even did a background investigation on Lynn. Went back, investigated her family, where she went to school at, to see if she had any ties with rebels and stuff like that. And just because you get all that stuff done and, you get the permission to marry and then you'll get married, you still got that final step. You still got to go through the embassy. You got to satisfy them, whether I would get the X permit to allow me to bring Lynn to the States with me. And they were asking Lynn all kind of questions, to find out if she really knew me or if this was what I want to call it, a phony marriage or makeup marriage. Okay.
Yeah.
Or a marriage. People were making money off marriages is what they were doing, running these little scams. You marry a woman, you bring her to the States, you get X amount of dollars and all this stuff. So a lot of that was going on, when I was there.
Yeah, they're still doing that today. It was, I guess, about 6 months ago. They busted a ring out in California. It was run by Filipinos. It was a marriage scam, and they made millions of dollars. I didn't do a video on it. I didn't think it was necessary, but I did mention it on my live stream. What kind of requirements was due back then in '89, Fred?
It may be the same as it is now, but you got to have the. In fact, I still got my paperwork somewhere, and we kept all that stuff. But one of the things was the affidavit of support, and a few other paperwork and stuff that we had to do. Did I have the means to support her? She wasn't going to become a ward of the government or be dependent on what do they call it, welfare or anything like that. Oops, or
Yeah.
anything like that. So I had to make sure, that I met those requirements. I'm not sure how much has changed now. If it's still the same, you still have to go through the same requirements. But by me being in the military, it was a lot easier for me to get land out of the Philippines than probably it is now from some of the stories that I hear. I got a good friend that's here, and he got married there in the Philippines, and it took him over 2 years just to get his wife here.
Wow. Well, I did an interview with a beautiful couple. She's Filipino and he's Australian. And she came to Australia, I think in 1974. And she said during those times, Fred, all you had to do was go to the embassy, whatever embassy you were trying to, whatever country you were trying to go to, and just apply to be, for a visa. She said, and she did all of them, and Australia was the first one to approve her. So she left and went to Australia. It was that simple. It was real easy then.
But
Now,
it's never been, it's never been easy to get into the U.S. Even today, it's still difficult. Just get a visa. I was trying to get my nieces to come over and visit. They both got good jobs and everything else. We paid the fees. They went to the embassy. They got denied. They'll never tell you why they deny you. And to this day, we don't know why they got denied. Did they think they were going to come and not go back? I don't know.
You were trying to get a tourist visa?
Yeah, just get a visa so she can come over. And actually, here's the part was kind of strange. The school that she works at, they actually had I guess what the teachers do, workshop, whatever they were doing, some kind of group, wanted them to come over. And I don't remember if she was the only one that couldn't come, everybody else did. And I don't know if this has something to do if you ever left the country before, but be honest with you, I'm confused. I really don't know what the requirements are. Then I'm thinking about my friend. He did everything he was supposed to do. The wife goes down to the embassy, and for some reason, hey, booby.
Hi, so cute.
Happy belated birthday.
He's officially 2 years old now, but getting worse by the day.
But his wife had went down to the embassy, and for some reason she got denied, and he doesn't know why either. But he finally got her here, and she just popped up just last November when she finally got here.
Bookham Dano says, hello, sunshine. Who's the beautiful lady on the panel? That's Sharon. She's Sharon Lapu Lapu. It's a great content, stay positive. A guy asked me, he says, how do you send a super chat, a super sticker? It should be like a little $sign or something by the comment section, right, Fred? Can you see that on yours?
Usually, but I try to do that a couple of times, Calvin, but it doesn't allow me because it says I'm not in the right area. So I don't know what the problem is. It's not recognized.
That's crazy. And okay, this guy, I want to clear up something. He says, put your Cash App on your chat. Let me hit your hand. Well, Cash App is not available outside the United States. I've got a PayPal link. You just go to any of my YouTube channels. Yeah. It's under there. You can do that. I appreciate the consideration. Sharon, you got married here in the Philippines, right?
Yes.
Now, was it a church wedding or did you get
civil wedding?
So you just went to the courthouse?
Yes. The judge who got married us. It was a judge.
Was it just you and your husband? Because they do a lot of those mass marriages over here, Fred. Not mass murders, but mass marriages over here. Where it'd be like, and they do them free. And man, it'd be like 100 people in there getting married, 100 couples. Was it just you and your husband, Sharon?
Yes. We decided to get married in the civil wedding first because at any time we can get marriage and the church at any want we want. So we decide first to get marriage in the civil wedding so that it costs less.
Well, it was kind of funny, Calvin, when me and Lynn got married by a judge and we just had two witnesses. So I was going to give her a wedding and all the other stuff. She said she didn't want it. She said getting married by a judge was fine. And she thought the same thing. She said, waste of money. We can use it for something else.
Yeah, and see that's a great point, and you know that's a great idea because you remember John, he's the chauffeur, bodyguard, uh, tour guide that I interviewed. He's getting married in November, and I think he's going to have a big wedding. And you know, from what I heard, his wife's to be her gown is $25,000, which is a lot of money over here. And I don't know. It'd probably be better if they got married in the civil wedding and then save that money. Hey, thanks, Michael Goins, for that super sticker. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Let's see. David says, wait.
You can go back
said,
to
David Campbell says, Fred Rose got denied twice and they didn't even look at the information and took 30 seconds to deny both times. No explanation. Yeah. Wow, that's kind of crazy. Why would that be? Because, okay, I got married in the United States just because there's a lot of different rules over here for the woman. Because if you marry her here, she'd have to get an annulment, right? You got it, yes. But not you, Sharon, because your husband passed away. So you're free and clear to marry again. But the woman has to get an annulment over here, Fred.
That's true.
Something goes wrong. Yeah.
And those annulments are pretty expensive.
Yeah, and it's the same thing if you register your marriage here. See, my marriage isn't even registered here. They have no record of my marriage in the Philippines. Which, you know, a lot of guys say, how are they going to get you over there? The Philippines doesn't even know I'm married, man. There's no record. As far as they're concerned, I'm single. But I did it over in America just in case something went wrong. She could have her freedom and walk because I know that over here, man, it's a lot of red tape. But I want to go back to this. This guy says, Infinite Loop says, I got vaccinated against marriage. I'll be getting a booster shot before my flight leaves. Yeah, a lot of people said it's not worth it, but I don't know, man. You know, I would say take your time, certainly, and get to know the person. I know we say that over and over, but nobody seems to be listening, Fred.
You know, my brother, before he married his wife, because I didn't think my brother would ever get married, he lived with her for 10 years before they got married.
How'd that work? They're still together?
Yeah, still together. They're married and they're still together. You know, he just wasn't in no hurry, you know.
Yeah, I think the woman wants to get married more than anything. Maybe it means something to her. And why is it about marriage, Sharon, that women want to get married? Is it the wedding or just to say I'm married?
No, just to say that I'm married. And then for us Filipino people, it's our culture that the guy must get married to the woman. It's in our ancient culture.
Yeah. So it's more of a morality thing, more like a status thing. You don't really like a live-in. You want it to be legitimate.
Yes, and before... Okay, go on.
No, go ahead.
Okay, because here in the Philippines, if the guy want to marry a woman, he must ask first the permission of the parents. So he must go to the house of the parents of the woman and then ask the permission. Like, I think you know that, Sir Fred. Ask the permission or the hands of the woman that you want to get married, and then after you speak to the parents about the set of the wedding, the date of the wedding, and then what's your plan. It's our culture here in the Philippines.
Okay, yeah. Michael Goins said, Calvin, you're an inspiration. I want to meet you when I come in January if you have time, sir. You know what they say, if it's God's will and the creek don't rise, Fred, I'll be happy to meet you, Michael. Here's a good question right here, though. Tony Smith said, is Sharon looking to get married again to a foreigner? Now, let me ask you this, Sharon. Since you've dated Filipinos before and you've been married to a foreigner,
Yeah.
what do you prefer now? Are you going to date foreigners from here on out? Or if the right Filipino man comes along, would you be willing to marry him?
For me, if I give a chance, I would like to marry a foreign guy because I think I am so attractive to foreign men, not to Filipino men. I think
Yeah.
because no Filipino guy give attention to me. It's most it's a foreign guy. So foreign guy because perhaps they are my beauty. It's for foreign guy.
Okay. Here's a good question. I actually did a video on this before. Uh, he said, "Hey, Calvin, shout out to the panel. I have a question. I'm curious to know the Western female perspective on marrying a Filipino man in the Philippines and how they differ from Western men. Thank you. Really not much difference. They get a pass, Fred. For a long time, I would see Western women over here, and I'd give them a pass. I say, well, maybe she's working for the church. Maybe she's an environmentalist. Maybe she's going to school. But no, these women are over here that dating and marrying Filipino men. The top three are Australia, United States, and Canada in that order. They're coming over here marrying Filipino men. And, maybe same reason we do it because they're different. And I don't know. There's a couple, they've got a real interesting channel, Philippine Antics channel. And they've got, they actually met in the United States though, but that'd be a good question. I may ask them to come on here and talk about that. But yeah, they get a pass, Fred. They only look at us men over here. They put us under a microscope, but the woman can come over and act a damn fool. Screw 3 or 4 different men and nobody will bat an eye. But the minute you get off the plane, you're labeled a sex pack. And he's coming over here to take advantage of the women and all that.
but Calvin, I notice a lot of things have changed in the Philippines where, I'm not saying women don't want to get married, but I've seen more people living together who are not married, who I thought were married, and I found out they wasn't. And like they've been together for years. They seem to be perfectly happy the way the relationship is, because maybe people figure once you marry, everything changes. As long as you don't marry, one or the other, anytime they get, tired of the relationship, they can always leave, hopefully no kids are involved, but that seems to be what I'm seeing now.
Yeah, I think you're right. And then with a lot of the couples here, they're just doing the same thing that we do over in the West. They just say, hey, we might as well live in together. No sense in complicating things. And, it always keeps that door cracked open for maybe I'll meet somebody else and get married.
Yeah.
But I was talking about that on the Sugar Babies video I did because a friend of mine, Thomas Johnson, the 5-star general is what I call him, because everything he does is 5-star, Fred. He's about 33 years old, but he's got a beautiful young lady that he met over here. And she told us she didn't want to get married, because normally when you got a good man like that, got good money, you're ready to get married. And she said, no, I enjoy my freedom.
Yeah.
It kind of shocked me. Hey, Robert, for the super chat, he said, troll alert. Yeah, I got rid of him.
Sharon, I got a question for you. Are you saying that in Lapu-Lapu, where you got couples that are living together and, they don't think about getting married anymore? Have you noticed that there?
Yes, there are some couple here which is only a live-in partner. They don't get married. Yeah, because some of them, the reason is when they don't like to each other again, so it's easy to separate, not to file an annulment. And since the annulment is quite expensive, and then it's a very long process.
Yeah, but a lot of times, Fred, back to what you were talking about, you say you see a lot of couples that you thought were married, but they're not, right? Yes. And if you look closer, which is none of our business, we'd be meddling then. But a lot of times they can't get married. because maybe the woman's married already, which is common over here, especially with foreigners. I've got a guy I play tennis with. He's got a beautiful girlfriend, but they can't get married because she's married already. She's married to a foreigner, and he won't give her the annulment because the guy can pay for it. He wants to pay
Sure.
for it so he can marry her. But the guy, even though he's moved on and got a younger woman, he won't sign the papers. So when you see them, you think they're married, but they're not. And that's one of the reasons why,
Yeah.
for whatever reason. And then a lot of times, the man just doesn't want to get married. And so the Filipino over here, she'll say, well, I'm going to stick with him. I got a good man. I'm not going to force him. But when that happens, man, you're really running a risk because they want to get married over here. That's their culture.
Oh, okay. So Kelvin. So Kelvin, you told us that Marilyn wants to get married. I thought you had that a written agreement.
Yeah, she's 40, but that's the problem with us. See,
yeah.
My divorce has started now. Once it
right,
then the heat will be turned up even more. The fire will be turned up, Fred. Right now, This on a simmer right now.
Okay.
Once I get this paper, then she's gonna turn it on full boil. It's just how it is. Because she's 40, man. And women once they hit 30 over here, it's like, man, they're running out of time, man.
But the thing is, when a woman meets a good man, she don't want to let him go. I mean, I think about you, Calvin. You're a perfect example for the folks that's out there. When you come to the Philippines, you can meet somebody nice, hopefully enough to get married if you want to, and have a good life. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm 59, and it's just something that it doesn't bother me, being married. It's just, I always have to cross that bridge when I get to it. I know she wants to get married. Yeah, I love her. She loves me. She's a good woman. She's not going anywhere. But there's no sense in me talking about it now when I can't do anything about it. Bookham Dano says, I pray for you, Sharon, that you find a great foreigner that will be kind, loving, and trustworthy, the best to you.
Thank you.
Sharon, I think you're kind of picky now, Fred. She's probably got an inbox full of men that she's shuffling through, trying to find the right one. You can't fool me, Sharon.
Well, Calvin, guys do the same thing. We probably got an inbox full of mail that we shuffling through trying to find the right one. Sharon, I would tell you this. Calvin and I've been married before, and my previous wife was Filipino. It didn't work out well. I didn't take the time to really know her, and it ended a disaster. So I told myself I was never getting married again. I was going to be free, date when I want to. Wasn't interested in anybody else. And when you least expect to meet somebody, you do. So I used to ride a motorcycle. So Lynn, I was in the Air Force, as I said. She worked out on the base, and she worked for the department that scheduled the safety courses for you in order to get your license to ride your motorcycle. That's when I saw Lynn. So when I walked in there, and when they say Calvin, love at first sight, I saw Lynn, and I knew it was over. That was it. I probably was doing a James. Okay, I saw Lynn, didn't know much about her, but I just knew that we were going to be together. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. And here we are. And so I'll tell you the same thing. When you less expect to meet somebody, you will. When you're looking, you really don't meet anybody. I'll be honest with you. But when you're not looking to meet anybody is when you meet somebody. And that's what happened to me. I mean, I was happy. I was like, Calvin, I'm free. I can do what I want to do. But hey, when the right person comes along, you're going to know it.
Yes, that's the reason, Sir Fred, that some of my friends told to me, "Oh, Sharon, do you have plan to get married again?" And then I told to them, I don't say no, but I don't say yes. If there will be a man come on the right time, For me, it's okay because there are some Filipina women who are a widow, and then some of
Mhm.
their friends ask them, would you like to get married again? And then their answer is, no, I will never get married again. But in a few months, they found a guy. So that is the reason. No, me, I don't
Yeah,
want to say no, and I don't want to say yes. It's the
right.
time or the destiny must choose it, because I don't want that people will point their finger on me. Why you say that? You say before that you don't want to get married again, and then why now you get married? So that is the reason I say, if I don't say no, I don't say yes. If it's I wait the right time.
Yeah. Now, Curtis Eugene Thomas says, what about the guy David Campbell? Blind, crippled, and crazy. I still don't understand how he got a sexy, beautiful wife like her. Well, it's called a pension, Fred. That pension will do wonders for you over here. Okay. And
Well,
no
at the time,
disrespect
yeah,
to him,
right. No,
but his wife is with him for the same reason Marilyn's with me. They want a better life, and there's nothing wrong with that. And Filipinos aren't as shallow as we are when it comes to, Sharon said it on the last live stream, when it comes to looks. They're looking at the character, and he
yeah.
seems to be a great gentleman.
And
You
she
know,
loves him. I mean, it's obvious she loves him and everything else. And he wasn't
yeah,
that way when he got married, but it just shows you that when something comes along, she wasn't in it for the money. She was in it because of him, because she formed that bond. You know,
that's right. Alex Neverman says, hey, Calvin, Fred, and Sharon, what's up, Alexander Neverman? Now, y'all know that was a Prince, a pseudonym for Prince. I read his book. And
hmm
now I read Sheila E.'s book,
hmm
and that's when I found that out. I didn't even know it, but that was before I met Alex Neverman. But Curtis Eugene Thomas again, he says, Sunshine, you're lucky you're over there. You would be desperate like these guys over here in America. Well, no, because I'm not ashamed. I'll take Big Shirley out on a date, Fred. I'd rather be with Big Shirley. I'm not going to be dry. That's a fact. You guys got too much pride. You better put your pride to the side, Fred, for a little while. You don't have to marry the woman, but if she wants to get it on, go ahead.
Calvin, the guys never get out here and admit it, but I bet we've all done something like that. You know,
Absolutely. They're doing it. They're not
yeah,
fooling me.
you know, you know, you know.
Hell, I get a Big Shirley in a minute. I go out there. I'm leaving about 2:30. The club's closed at 3.
Yeah.
And she skips here. I take her out there and see what size her bloomers are, friend, because they don't wear bikinis, they wear bloomers. Stephen Allison said, what's Sharon's ethnicity? What are you, Sharon?
I'm from Lapu-Lapu.
So you're full 100% Filipino.
Yes, I am 100% Filipino. My parents both Filipino.
Yeah, and see, that's what I tell guys all the time. There's not just one Philippines. The Philippines is just as diverse as the United States, but people don't believe me. Okay? Everywhere I go, Fred, if you go down in Mindanao, um, you're going to see something different. Same Visayas region, same in Luzon. Because at one time, these islands were separate. They had their own language, culture, religion, traditions.
hmm
And then when the Spanish came here, they united under the Philippine flag to fight the Spanish. That's where they came from. Down in Mindanao, where all that trouble is, look it up. They had a kingdom down there. When the Spanish came over here, they cut the Philippines up in pieces and said, no, this is no longer the kingdom. This is part of Philippines or whatever it was. And those people have been fighting ever since, but yeah, the Philippines is diverse, man. And there's no one Philippines, because a guy was asking me the other day about them. He said, well, what about the monsoon season over there? Well, it affects different parts of the Philippines in a different way. It's supposed to be the monsoon season now, but hell, it's not raining. The sun is out. But up in Luzon, RLVRV said there's a level 3, a signal 3 rather, meaning that's a heck of a storm brewing up there, Fred.
Yeah, it's been raining here quite a bit too. Especially last week and yesterday. It was coming down Monday and this morning it was really coming down. And then the sun comes out. It's okay for a while, and we go right back in the rain again. But it's that season for us here where we have rain.
Exactly. W Secrets of Success says maybe David Campbell has real game and not a simp like some guys worried about another man's woman. Yeah, well, see, that's the good thing about the Philippines. You don't have to have game. If you got a pension, or you can sign that, you can apply for that visa, Fred. That's your game, guys. Don't fool yourself. These beautiful women over here don't want us. We're has-beens in our own country. We come over here and become rock stars. Let's just be honest, guys, okay? I'm sorry, but don't fool yourself. If you come over here trying to get something for nothing because, I'm good looking, they're going to kick you to the curb, man. You better bring something to the table.
Oh, man, I thought Lynn married me because I was good looking.
Yeah, that's what we all think. Yeah, because, be honest, Sharon. That's what it's all about, right? A better life.
Yes.
The foreigner can give a better life. But I don't see what's wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with that, Fred.
Well, initially when people meet, it's not like you guys are in love right away, except in rare cases and all that. And, you meeting, you want to see what she's bringing to the table. She already know what you're bringing to the table. And from there, you work it out somehow. You like each other, you start dating, and who knows?
I already did a video on that. It's called Finance Romance. Initially, it's all about money, guys, but it's up to you to take it from finance to romance to get her genuinely interested in you.
Sure.
But she's online for a reason. Okay, now, David already said he didn't have a pension.
But he was working. He had income coming in.
Yeah, he got something. Somebody's buying all that fancy house and stuff. I'm sure he's not doing it, but let's not discuss people's personal life.
Yeah.
My hat's off to him because if he's not receiving a pension, he should be, Fred.
Well,
if he was in America, he'd be getting something,
Well, I'm pretty sure he is, but David likes to spend money. Rose is the one that puts a halt to a lot of that stuff because she's not materialistic, like maybe some of the other women that you would meet. She truly, care about her husband. You see on her videos where she spend time with the family and everything else. She's your down to earth person. What you see is for real, with David and with David and Rose.
My hat's off to him for taking it over to that.
Yeah,
because it's all financial in the beginning, guys. I don't care what you say, who you are.
Yeah,
it's all about that. David Craycroft said Filipinos should try to get to Mexico and just cross the border, get free healthcare and a smartphone. In some cases, stay in nice hotels. Well, if they get caught there, they're going back to the Philippines. Mm-hmm. It's not like I had a friend. She was a girlfriend. We dated for 2 years. She was from Cuba. And, of course, America's about the only country that still has sanctions on Cuba. So what she did, she moved to Spain, Fred, lived in Spain for 10 years. Her and her daughter, they saved money, took the plane to Mexico, walked across the border, knew they were going to get caught. But remember, they're Cuban. Once she made it to American soil, there was no sending them back. Now she's there. She's got a citizenship. She's getting disability because she has a heart problem. The whole 9 yards. And guess what? Didn't cost her $1. The government paid for it all. But if a Filipino tried that, now you're going back, they're going to lock you up in the detention center, then send you back.
Calvin, when we're talking about marriage and all this, we always try to do the right way when we're trying to bring, our Filipino fiance, wife, or family to the States. We get such a hard time. But yet, you can go to Mexico, go somewhere, come across the border and come in and you can stay. You know, we're doing it legally, but somebody else is doing it illegally. They went out and we lose out. I don't get it.
Exactly. Larry Love Jr. said, and you guys thought about denouncing your citizenship. Well, Fred's in America. He's in Guam, but I wouldn't do that. I mean, why would I do that? I was 55 when I moved over here.
Yeah.
And I, became an expat over here. Oh, I'm not going to give up my American citizenship. I don't have to. It's just not. I mean, why would I do that?
But Sharon, if you get married again and you went to the States, and would you get your American citizen and then become dual citizen later?
Yes.
And that's something Lynn's going to do later. She can't do it now, but once she retires, going to do, because it's really going to be good for me, Calvin. When I come there, I don't have to worry about all that visa stuff. If we come there for 6 months, as long as we don't stay a year, as long as I'm with her, I don't have to do any of that stuff.
That's right. You get the ballot buying visa anyway, Fred.
That's right.
Get one
That's
for
right.
2 years.
Yep.
You can stay here 365 days and leave, and
and come right back. Come right back 3-4 days later. Yeah.
Yeah, and do it all over again.
Yeah.
See, and that would be the smart way to do it. You're right there in Guam anyway.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Sharon.
Yes. Okay, but Sir Fred, since you got married here in the Philippines, I think your wife can apply you a permanent residency so that you can stay here for a very long time. You don't need to renew or exit, just only apply a permanent residency. You're from your wife.
Yeah, because that's right, because we did get married there. Yeah, because we got married there.
Yeah. That would be 13A, but that costs money. And you do have to pay something, because a lot of my subscribers have a 13A. You don't have to leave, but hell, if they're going to stay in Guam, I mean, Fred's got like a kingdom over there. Why would he want to give all that up when he's only 3 hours away? Over here on the ballot buying, stay as
Yeah.
long as you want, go back.
Yeah.
Come over.
It's a short flight. Sharon, it's only a short flight from here. We're talking about a little over 3 hours, and I'm already there. Yeah.
Yeah. Jacob Tanjay said, thumbs up, guys. And for anybody who don't know, Michael Beach of Life, pull that up. We're starting a new YouTube channel. It's called Miracles Waiting to Happen. It's a collaboration between me and Marilyn. It's a lifestyle channel. It's all about positive thinking and trying to help people tap into their true potential, Fred. And so they can live out their dreams, like we're living over here, because it's a mindset, Fred.
Yeah.
I saw a video years and years ago that helped me. It's called Thoughts Become Things. We become what we think about. We got to change our thinking first before we ever see a change in our lifestyle. And it's about eating right, exercising, just having a new life, really, a new lifestyle. But yeah, put that up if you can. We haven't put any videos up there yet. She's got 1 or 2 workout videos on there, but it's going to be full. It's going to be a thriving YouTube channel. It's actually her channel. I'm just going to help her.
Yeah.
We'll be able to do a lot more with that channel because it's Maryland's. And she's a Filipino citizen. So trust me, guys, it's going to be worth it. That's why I'm going to move my 1-minute motivations over there, Fred, because I'm kind of mixed up over here now. Yeah. David Campbell said, Calvin, don't judge everyone by your life. When I met Rose, I had nothing. We got married 3 years later when I got my pension, my choice away. I'm not judging you. That's why I told guys don't judge. Now, don't you get sensitive on it, David. That's why I said don't talk about his life. We don't know your life. I don't know you.
Right.
But believe it or not, man, no Filipino is going to marry and date somebody that lives 8,000 miles away. There is a motive, just like our motive. We got motives, guys. Come on, don't come in here with that. Oh, I'm special. It's I'm the exception stuff. The bottom line is these women are dating you for a better life. The opportunities that come along with being married to a foreigner. Now, if you want to fool yourself, go ahead. I mean, it's up to you. I'm just telling you. You know good and well if you was at home, they'd be pushing you around in that wheelchair and the nursing home. Let's just be honest.
You're right.
I know no joke. I'm just trying to be honest, man. I don't sugarcoat it. We can't help nobody being phony. I'm not being phony, and I'm not judging anybody. The exception just proves the rule to be correct, guys. Okay, if you're one, even if that's true, and your Filipina's with you, whoever out there, your Filipina's with you because she truly loves you, no money involved and nothing like that. So what about the other million people who that's the case?
Yeah.
Now, Sharon, why did you want to meet a foreigner? Be honest. When there's
Excuse me?
nice looking, why do you want to meet a foreigner when there's nice looking Filipino men here? There's successful Filipino men here.
Because my reason is honestly to have a better life also, because here we don't have a good life here. And then one reason also, and then for me to go to his country and find a job, because here it's very difficult to find a job, and then the salary is not very high as the salary in other country.
Yeah, thank you for being honest. Now here this guy is. Speak for yourself. Okay, well, it's not what you think, guys. It's what the Filipinos thinking. That's with you. You can think whatever you want. It's none of my business. I'm trying to share with you information so you can get a real expectation of what's going on over here. If you think that, the woman wants to be bothered with you and you live 8,000 miles away, then it's on you. Now, Robert Dame said wife number 6 will be a Filipina, saving the best for last. See, it's just how it is, guys. MZG, yeah. It's funny. Infinite Loop 6, yeah, sometimes, if at first you don't succeed, try again, Fred. That's what they say.
Well, Calvin, you've always said in your videos when, you meet someone online through dating sites and everything else, she's going to be with the person who shows up first. If you're 8,000 miles away and, you're making promises and you never go, what do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, and that's one thing that we do. These are dreamers, and I'm making a video for my dreamers. These are people who will never come to the Philippines.
Yeah.
And I just want to show them the Philippines. They can be at work, driving in traffic, sitting home on the couch, and you want to see the real Philippines, I'm going to show it to them. But yeah, they get online, and a lot of them are what I call expats. And see, that's my invention, man. I should copyright that. These are guys who would probably only have a passport, but they love Filipinas. They're on the websites. They're watching all these videos, but they have no intention of ever coming over here. They're going to wait for us to bring our wife over there, wait for things to go wrong, and then pounce on her. They may even pounce on her at work. They see her at the mall. It's an expat. He wants the next man's woman. But let's not be so sensitive, guys. Don't take it personal. I'm not talking. If it doesn't apply to you, then why are you getting so upset about it, Fred? I don't understand it. That's what I don't understand.
Well, Calvin, anytime that you said this before, once you get a successful YouTube channel, people are always going to find anything you say, no matter what you say. You can't please everybody. You're speaking from how you feel, from what you see from your experience, and also information you're putting out there. But sometimes I think people are taking it the wrong way. I think they're just saying what they want to see and not actually listening to what you're trying to tell them.
this is just my perspective, Fred. It's
Yeah.
not written in stone. I'm not
Yeah.
the gospel on relationships over here. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing, what I'm living, what I'm experiencing. No woman has ever been with me or anybody else that I know over here in my 13 years just because they're good looking. Why would a beautiful 26-year-old woman get involved with a 65-year-old man? It doesn't make sense to me. Okay, unless there's something else underneath the surface. Okay, he says I'm going. He says put the name up again. Okay, it's called Miracles. But these guys, they take your stuff personally, and then they want to attack me. If your woman's with you for you, okay, good. You know, count yourself among you. You're one out of a million, though, guys, over here. Okay, I'm sorry. You're just one. You're one in a million. Just like they say that song by Larry Graham, or one in a
Yeah.
million. That should be your theme song. You know, you're one in a million. Yeah, these guys must be dreaming. Uh, but it's okay, guys. You know, what about you, Sharon? Right now, you said, how long have you been in your house now? Because I know you built the house, or was it already built?
Yes, since I moved here May, June, July, August, it's 3 months that I moved here in in the house that I bought.
How's that working out for you?
Excuse me?
How's that working out for you? How do
For
you
me,
and yeah,
okay, I am happy that I have my own house because I call it my own house because before I don't have a house, we only rent, and then when my husband passed away, we went back to the house of my auntie. We lived there for temporary, but they kicked us out with no sense, with no big reason. So that is why I'm so very happy to have my own house because we can stay here forever and nobody can kick us out, me and my daughter.
So Sharon,
yeah.
since you have your own place, do you have people that's jealous because you have a house now?
Yes, there are some some Filipina woman, especially some of my friends. That's why the last panel of Sir Calvin, he told to me why I did not interview some of my friends, and then I answer, I stay away some of them because they are not true friends, and they are nice if you are in front of them, but after no, they talk behind you, and then some Filipina woman, I know, but they jealous. Why? They are they say something that why I bought a house, where I get the money.
Yeah.
Well, you ever notice that when you do well there, instead of your friends being happy for you, it seemed like they're very unhappy. Now, let's say if they wind up getting a house or they wind up marrying a foreigner, would they still be your friend? You know, would they act
Yes,
differently? Because if anything, they
they,
should be happy for you.
mm,
Okay.
yes, some of them they are happy for each of us when there are somebody married a foreigner, but not them happy. Sometimes they change, especially when they get married and then they have a better life. They change their attitude. They don't say hi to you even if you met them in any place. They pretend that they are very rich. So I thought to myself, why? That is the reason sometimes some Filipino people say that because of the money, the some Filipina woman can change their attitude.
So they think they're better than you because now they
Yes.
got money and stuff like that. You know,
Yes.
Yeah. Now let me
yeah.
ask you something. Uh, since you've got your house, has more
Mm,
Filipino men been showing more interest in you? And I say that because a friend of mine, he built a house for
mm,
a woman here, but he made her put it in writing that uh, that house, if something because she's young
Mm.
enough, she's going to get remarried. She's a widow. He did it out of the goodness of her heart to make sure that when she gets married again, the man doesn't come in and take the house or have some
Mm.
interest in the house. It would go to the kids. So, uh, has men showed more interest, Filipino men showed more interest in you, Sharon, since you
No,
the house?
no, honestly, no.
Well, good. And not hold. Look, guys, don't try to start nothing over here. I don't have anything against the Gamble channel. I like the channel. I think he's an inspiration. He gives a lot of you guys hope. Okay, but I'm not going to change my views. I've got my own
Mm.
views. Okay, that's all they are. They're mine. They may not be shared by everybody, but I'm just
Well,
letting you know.
let's get back to Sharon because she's always has an interesting, from
Yeah.
her
Mm.
perspective. So I was kind of curious. So when you got married or when you were dating, your husband to be, fiance.
Mhm.
So what you were saying is some people that were your friends, they weren't your friends anymore, but other people still stayed with you. And then when you got married, they got jealous because from what I can see, I don't think you ever changed. I think you probably have always been the same person that you've been. And just because you were married to a foreigner and because you got a house, uh, I don't see you acting uh, different than the way you are now. You seem like you're nice, very sweet person. You treat people fairly, from what I can see. And looking at your channel, uh, that's how I got my impression. And plus, you were on the panel before, and I
Mm.
saw your last interview. So you're the real deal, the way I look at it.
Yeah, that's it. That's why, Sir Fred, I don't understand. I thought to myself, I don't understand to some Filipina woman why they are jealous on me. I just only have a little house, and then, but me, I mean, I ignore all what they said about me. I ignore, and then I thought to myself, I will not become so rich if I comments of all what they speak about me. If I will become, I mean, if they will help me to become very rich Filipina, I will answer all their comments about me. But I thought to myself, no, I don't care. I don't care. They cannot help me, so I'm focused to my life and my daughter. Because me, yes, you are right, Sir Fred, that I am so very a simple woman. Even if some people look at me and then see me and then they know that, oh, your husband is foreigner, they were shocked. Oh, your husband is a foreigner, you look so very simple, even you are wearing dress, no accessories, and then you treat people in a good way or in a fair way,
Mhm.
you respect people. Yeah, that's why I don't understand some of them why they are making jealous. Because me, I
Yeah.
don't make jealous to the people who married a foreigner. Me, I am become happy. I thought to myself, oh, good for her because she married a foreigner and then she has a good life now. I feel happy to other Filipino who get a better life. No, I don't want to pull them down because it's not good. The karma will go back at you
Mhm.
very more.
Yeah. Now, but you went through a tough time after your husband died. You just didn't all of a sudden, the minute he died, you had a house. You went through some tough times. You told us that on the first panel. And you said, people look down on you. You got
Mm,
kicked out of your auntie's house. Then later on, you came into that house. So
yes.
that's why she's humble, Fred. It
Yeah.
wasn't like, she just boom, all of a sudden married a foreigner and her life went from 0 to 100. She went through a tough time when he died, right, Sharon?
Yeah.
Yes, because since when even my husband was still alive, I heard quite a lot of negative things. Why I always rent a house, that why I don't buy a house, why I always rent. And then when I told to my husband, he told to me, no, I don't want to debt a house and the Philippines because we don't know what will happen in the future, especially we debts a house and then suddenly I can die. So where you get money to pay the house. So it's you the house owner will take it out you inside the house because you cannot pay the every monthly payment. So that is the reason. And then
Right.
suddenly when my husband passed away, it's very horrible because they told to me I am so very pity because I don't have house and then where to go, and then my husband didn't left me everything. And then suddenly there are some people say also, oh, I don't believe that Sharon can receive the properties of her husband in Belgium because she never been in Belgium. But I thought to myself, why they say that words to me, but they don't know all the everything of the story. And then I thought to myself,
Right.
better them, yeah, better. I think they are better because they know that I don't receive any from the property of my husband. Me and myself, I never know it, but the people know it in the first than me that I am the real wife.
Yeah. David Cameron said, Calvin, by your own words, you were a loser in America. That was not my case. No, I wasn't a loser. I stopped drinking in May to be 25 years. When I came over here in December 2018, David, I walked away from about $125,000 per year job. Uh, was I a has been considered with women? Yeah, I didn't want a 59-year-old woman or whatever it was. But no, I wasn't a loser. I was a loser, yeah, when I was using drugs and drinking and stuff like that. But no, I wasn't a loser when I came to the Philippines, as a matter of fact. Um, I walked away. I gave up a lot to come here. I was leaving the rat race and the hamster wheel. When I came over here, I wasn't looking for a woman. I already had one, as a matter of fact. So yeah, it's just a discussion, man. Don't take it personal, but these guys, Americans, man, we're so sensitive. I mean, if you know within your heart what your situation is, what difference is it what I'm saying? I'm just talking about what I'm seeing, what I'm living. No woman here in the Philippines has ever been with me just because of who I am. I mean, when women are online, they're they're telling you why they're there. I want a better life. I want to meet a foreigner because of opportunities that come along with that.
And
Okay.
Calvin, as I said before, you can't blame them. Look,
Yeah, I
we all
can't
want a
blame them.
better life. Okay, we all want a better life. Try to achieve it most any way you can. Yeah, you got to realize in the Philippines, you don't get a lot of opportunities that you may get back, in the States and all this other stuff. So, of course, and even if you do get a job or you got coming in, everybody's always looking for something a little bit better. Everybody wants a better life. There's nothing wrong with that,
There's
you
nothing
know,
wrong with that at all.
you know.
But our egos get bruised when, we tell people the truth. These young, beautiful women don't just want you for you. I don't care what she tells you. It's a script, man. What do you think she's going to tell you? You think you're going to stick around? She tells you, hey, yeah, I want you because you got the pension or, what comes along with it. Or eventually I know you're going to get a pension or money coming in. Look, guys, don't fool yourself. And if you want to fool yourself, okay, that's fine. Journey Trials and Joy, thanks for the super chat. He said, why so many Western women angry at men leaving the USA for Asia? They start insulting or thinking the women only want money or men are so desperate. I don't know. You have to ask them. But I did a video a long time ago. When you leave to come over here, people are going to attack you, Fred. It's not like anywhere else you say you're going. Even if you say you're going to Thailand, they give you a pass. But the minute you saying you're going to the Philippines, man, all hell breaks out. Oh, you going over there because you can't get a woman over here? Are you a loser there? I was 55 when I moved here. I mean, what more do I have to prove, Fred? I was 55 when I moved here for good. I already proved I could make it in America. I had a 3,700 square foot home. At one time, man, 2009 and 2010, both those years, I earned over $200,000. There's nothing left to prove in America. I didn't want uh, any more of that rat race. I certainly wanted to get off that hamster wheel. I'm having to work twice as hard to maintain the same lifestyle. I already knew there was some place I could go, and that's what I did. But yeah, they get upset because they're gonna eventually their options are running out. Okay.
Calvin, I went back to the States because I went back to visit my grandkids and visit my sister and visit some of my friends and everything else. And man, when you look at them, I mean, they're retired now, but they don't look happy. If you know what I mean. You're talking about this, you got an issue with this. Oh, I'm worried about that. And that's one of the reasons why I left the States after I got back and I retired and I moved out here. And man, being out here has been nice, man. I've been out here over 20 something years. I'm happy. We were going to the Philippines a lot, and I got a good lifestyle. I'm not going to complain. I could live here. I could live there. I'm okay. I'm not in that rat race. And even when I was living here, it was never a rat race going to work. It was always a lot of fun, man.
Absolutely. And it's whatever, at the end of the day, it's what makes you happy. See, that's what I want. It's not about pleasure. I think we get pleasure and happiness mixed up. Pleasure is fleeting, but happiness is more long term.
Yeah.
And that's what I was looking for. I can walk outside my house now and breathe the fresh air. I don't have to look over my shoulder. That triangle that we always talk about.
Yeah.
The police, the thugs, or a heart attack. It's not on my back over here like it was in America. See, Marlon Campbell says, Fred, what's the best place to live in Guam?
Well, I live in the northern part of Guam. I live up in Jigo. You spell it Yigo. And I like it up here. The other areas that you may live is kind of congested, and it all depends on where you want to live. The southern part of the island is nice, but you're so far away from everything, but I like the northern part. I think it's pretty nice up here, if you think about moving here.
Yeah. But it's expensive now, right? Compared to the lower 48 states, Fred?
See, you can put on Guam on par with Hawaii.
Wow.
Okay. But, I mean, you can find, like, a friend of mine lives right up the street. And what's so nice about the family, because they own a bunch of apartment complexes, they never really went up on the rent. The rent is still $800 a month. They keep the apartments in good repair, but that's rare because you're not going to find an $800 a month apartment here usually. You're talking about the thousands already, and things seem like they keep going up. We got new houses going up all over the place because they said there's a shortage of housing here.
Stephen Day said, Sharon, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
What do you mean?
Well, what's your future plans for your life?
Okay, my future plan is to start a business, but I have a little business now, which is jewelry selling.
What is it?
And jewelry selling. Selling jewelry.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then I would like to plan to invest business again, but I am thinking what is it? But the first thing I create is a crispy chicken because it's work here, and then find a companion again if I have chance.
And grow your YouTube channel.
Yes, and grow my YouTube channel. Please subscribe.
Yeah, you got so much content right around you, Sharon. If you just start talking more about the Philippines, more about your lifestyle there and how it is in contrast to the West, and sell the Philippines on people. Why do you think they would like it here? And I think you'll be okay, because anybody there's a blog over here, if you say, oh, I don't have any content, I'm running out, you keep talking about the same things, the same people, and all of that, you're not getting out here. See, it's so much content. I could make 5 videos a day if I wanted to, Fred. That's how much content it is here. I mean, really, you could do that, but a lot of people get lazy. once you start getting, like he says, hey, congrats, Calvin. I see you got over 40,000 nights. And I owe that all to y'all. But now that you're here, I've got to keep you around. There's no pressure on me because it just comes naturally for me. But, for a new person like Sharon, I just try to share my experience, strength, and hope with her to try to help her any way that I can. But, man, 40,000, if you'd have told me 2 years ago that I have 40,000, and I work for my 40,000.
Yeah.
It's not something that was given to me. See, now a lot of these channels, man, they coming on the scene with 10 and 15,000 subscribers. I just say don't take it for granted, guys, because this is so fleeting, man. People are so fickle. They'll turn you off in a minute, and just keep going. Try to be more creative with your content. There was a guy, Mike. I don't know if you used to watch him, Fred, but he lived somewhere over here in Bacallot, I think. He died of a heart attack. He had like 33,000 subscribers when he died about 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
And, well, his wife tried to take the channel over, but she couldn't do it.
Because you have to have stuff that people want to hear, about content. What I like about your channel, Kelm, although we may start with one topic, but you talk about whatever the viewers want to talk about. I like when I see questions come in, that people want to know. Oh, here's somebody wants to know what your page is, sharing.
My page is Sharon Lapu-Lapu.
Put that up, Beach of Life, if you can. Oh, he already did. See, he's on.
Yeah.
There it is right there, guys. And then, in your comments, just like you do me, tell her what you want to see. Because that will help her create content. A lot of my content comes out of my comments, Fred.
Yeah.
And then I'll just translate that to my experience over here.
Sir Calvin, that one of my content, there was somebody who react. I think he or she is offended. And then the comments that I read is, why you say that you don't know very well the Western woman. And then I answered to that comments that no, I didn't say that all Western woman is like that. I just only say based on my experience of what my husband told to me, because I remember my husband told to me he bought a house, the big house in Mons, Belgium, and then he bought it when he was a single. But when he got married, and then they lived together, and then after the time came that they got divorced, but his wife want to have the share of that house. So my husband told to his wife, no, because I bought this house in my own money and you don't share everything, any €1. So that's why they went to the court, and then suddenly at the end, his wife didn't receive anything. So that is the reason I told her I only say what I heard from my experience.
Yeah, that's right. Cliff Walcott says, nothing wrong with wanting a better life, but how you go about achieving that is what matters. Should you rely on someone else to provide that life for you or try bettering yourself? Well, it just depends on the understanding that you have with that person. When you talk about the Philippines, guys, a lot of you guys have never been over here. Sharon, would you tell them once again how hard it is to make it over here? Even if you're doing everything right, guys, it's hard over here. It's not like in America where they're basically knocking on your door saying, hey, we got a job for you. Just come on down here and fill out the application. It's not like that over here. Maryland's got a college degree, very intelligent, a bookkeeper, and earns about 7,000 pesos a month, guys. Okay. So, I don't know what, it just depends on the understanding that you have. If she's going to quit her job and take care of you, then yeah, you got to take care of her. It's like, it's a trade-off. Now, I didn't say it was a fair exchange, but it's a trade-off, really. I don't know why you would expect. First of all, let me ask you guys something. Be honest. What makes you think these beautiful young women want us, old men that we're past our prime, Fred? I mean, let's be honest. So let's be honest with ourselves. What makes you think these beautiful young women want you simply because of who you are? If the women at your home country don't want you, okay? I don't get it, guys. Let's don't, you're fooling yourself. Now, Fred, he said, Fred's looking young today. He didn't have a plastic surgery. I think, Fred, you got a new hairpiece.
You crazy,
Looking good, brother.
Oh wait, no, I'm gonna tell you the secret is when you got a good woman, man. That's the secret. We got somebody that loves you, take care of you, you take care of her. She respects you, you respect her. You know, I've been married, like I said, January is gonna be 34 years for us, Calvin. I'm as happy with Lynn as the day we got married. You know, we had our ups and downs, you know, everything else, but you work it out, man. That's all part of marriage, relationships, whatever. You work it out.
Yeah, you give me hope, Fred. I told you that when I first met you. I was like, man, you really look good for your age, man. And, it gave me hope because when we were growing up, Fred, hell, when you were 70 years old, you had one foot in the grave and one foot slipping. You already had the rocking chair out and the damn cane. Now it's different, We really, but you work out, you
Yeah, I
got
do.
a routine. And you said it, you got a beautiful woman, a companion. See, that's all I ever wanted. I don't want, it doesn't matter, guys. I'm my own man. She doesn't have to have a great job or a great education or anything like that. I'm already my own man. I just want somebody that's going to be a companion for me. I'm 59 for the rest of my life. Everybody's different, though.
Yeah.
See, I can't, but let's don't start that my girlfriend's better than yours or my wife's better than your stuff.
Has nothing to do with it.
I saw the other day a video out again, why do foreigners settle for the low hanging fruit? And I'm like, what is this all about? I mean, what do I have to prove that I can come over here and get the cream of the crop, which, by the way, is a tiny, tiny fraction, Fred. Most people over here are struggling. Okay. They're intelligent. They have jobs. They're professionals.
Right.
But what are you talking about, the cream of the crop? What, somebody making $500 a month would be the cream of the crop over here?
Okay. Well, Calvin, I'm here on Guam, and you see foreigners married to Filipino women who get education, all this stuff. They go around and tell what kind of degree they get. Who really cares? Okay. I'm intelligent, but the other Filipino is not. But I'm an educated Filipino. Yeah. What difference does it make? Okay. I mean, you bragging about what you got. And those kind of people I really don't like, and neither does Lynn. We have no time for them. And the other thing is, when we talk about broke guys, ain't no broke people going to be there in the Philippines anyway. If you broke, you can't get there.
Exactly. Say that again, Fred. These guys aren't listening, man. We're living this over here.
Yeah.
We're just trying to share our experience with you, but they want to push back. Hey, Malik Quelly, thanks for the super chat. Said, hey, Mr. Cal, thanks for all you do and the honesty in your content. I don't think any woman in the entire world wants to be with a broke man. Stay keeping it 100 for your real supporters. Absolutely, man. And this is exactly right. But for some reason, we want to fool ourselves. This has been going on, Fred, with Americans at least since 1899. Yeah. But for some reason, we think we want to come over here and change the game. We want to flip it upside down. No, you know why? Because we've made it worse. We're making it worse. You'll say what you're going to do online, but the minute you get over here and you see this beautiful this PYT pretty young thing, one thing going to flip upside down is your brain.
Hey, Calvin, we're having this live chat, and a lot of guys are seeing Sharon, and they're flipping out already. You see some of the comments that come through, and they're not even there yet. But Sharon has a lot to bring to the table. With all the struggles, everything else, she's still doing the best she can. She's bringing something, if you think about it, to the table. She's got a house, man. She's got a little business going for herself. She's got something on the table now.
Yeah, she's got a nice house. She doesn't
Yeah.
just have a house, and
Yeah.
she's going to be a good catch. Now, how do you keep yourself in such great shape, Sharon? Because you just turned 40, didn't you?
Yeah, I am 41. I don't know because I just only eat and less rice, and me and on myself I eat a few, and then after I feel full and then eat again, but I cannot become a chubby woman. I don't know why. I think it's our family inheritance that we don't become big, because my mother is not big. She is also was slim, and some of my cousin also.
Right. So you saying that it's more of your heredity?
Yes.
Yeah, because you don't look well. 41,
Mm.
and uh, you look young. You look to be, just from where I'm looking now on camera, you look to be in your late 20s. I mean, I'm just being honest with you.
Yeah.
Yes, that
Ron
is the
Butter
reason.
said
Okay.
it's the worldwide natural order of life that women look for men for their resources. Nothing wrong with that any more that you want a beautiful woman, the natural order of things. Yeah. And that's all we're saying, Ron. That's all we're saying. But when you're in America, okay, where the women are earning just as much as you or more, there's a different attitude though. Yeah, she's got this long list of qualifications, but over here the list is pretty short. If you got a pension or you got some type of financial, you know, um, some type of financial going on over here, and you can sign on that dotted line, apply for that visa, that's really the short list, guys. Let's just be honest, okay? I, you know, I just don't want to keep kicking that dead horse. If you want to come over here, okay, I would just, like Fred said, how you going to come over here and stay any considerable period of time unless you got some money? See, they're not stupid. Filipinos, they vet you already. If you come over here, they're saying, okay, he's made it over here already. So that means something. He took that 20-hour flight, because my buddy will tell you right now, Franz Pracio Jr., thanks for the super chat. He said, what's up, Brother Cal in the panel? Franz will tell you that flight is no joke. He bought a first class ticket because he was like, man, I'm be flying 20 hours,
Yeah.
In economy. So they already know he got money when he get here, because he's staying. It's where he's staying. When he came to San
Yep.
Carlos City, he stayed at the Mawani in the suite of over there. Okay, the suite's about 7,000 a night. They're not stupid, guys. Okay. Uh, Mitch Brewer said she's a 3 but has a degree. It's just we bring our Western thinking over here, because like Christoph Wolfgang said, he said, yeah, because we're from the West. But after a while, you're going to see that it doesn't work over here.
No.
That kind of thinking is only going to draw you a blank. Now, your common sense, yeah, hold on to that. But the way we think, it doesn't mean a lot over here. James Heck says, Sharon, does the religion of the foreign spouse affect the decision for a Filipino to marry? Does our religion
No,
have anything to do with it, Sharon?
no. Here, even if you are Muslim or any religion, you can get married to Filipina, and you can get married here in the Philippines.
Yeah, I mean, to you, it doesn't matter, though, right?
No, it doesn't matter for me, any religion.
What
As long
matters to
as he
you,
loves
kid?
me and respect
Yeah,
me, kind, caring, sweet, so no problem.
yeah. But you don't want a foreign man that can't do anything for you, do you, Sharon?
What you mean?
You don't want a foreign man who can't take care of his family,
Ah, yes. No.
right?
Yes.
You want somebody that's bringing something to the table.
Mm. Yes, that's why I told to sometimes I often say that a guy who accept me who I am and accept my daughter and my family.
Yeah, but I mean, money has a lot to do with that, right? When you're,
Yes.
is that one of the reasons
Mm.
Filipinos date foreigners?
Yes, it's one of the reason also. But it's depend of the foreigner if he gives quite a lot of money to his girlfriend. Because if he gives quite a lot of money to his girlfriend will abuse and buy any expensive things. But it's depend of the guy how he handle his partner or companion.
Yeah. See, here's what a lot of guys on here whose their ego is messing with them, Fred.
Mm.
They don't understand that when you meet a woman over here, 9 times out of 10, she doesn't have anything. So you have to take care of her by
Mm.
default. But they
Yes.
want to push back at me when I'm saying, look, guys, these women want you for what you bring to the table. They don't have anything. By default, you have to take care of and buy everything. And if they
Yeah,
go to you go to the beach, you gotta pay for it. You
sure,
go to the restaurant, you gotta pay for it, the
sure.
hotel,
Mm.
whatever it is, you get an apartment and you want there's no I'm going 50-50. One guy that was over here visiting me recently,
Hmm.
he's young and his mind is like that. He said, oh, I want a woman that has her own job and has her own place. I'm like, well, you're in the wrong place then. It's a bottom line. You need to go somewhere
Yeah,
else. You don't want a woman over here then. But the Filipino offers so much more than that. Trust me, she's bringing something to the table, but it just isn't finances, guys. Okay. David S. Thanks for that super chat. He says, Calvin, I'm planning a trip to the Philippines in October. I would like to schedule a consultation with you. How do I go about doing it? Well, just send me an email because trust me, guys, I don't have any type of consultation fees or anything. If you got a question and I can answer it, I'm going to answer it. If I can help you, I'm going to help you. But I don't charge for that stuff, even though a lot of other channels do. It's just not who I am, man. But yeah, guys, yeah, I'm going to put my email up here, David. Just send me an email and or anybody here. A lot of these guys are trying to get me, Fred. Every email I've been getting here lately, they know I know it's the trolls because they're asking me to hook them up. They're looking for a wife. Can
well,
I
that's
hook
not what
you?
this channel is about. It's a channel to discuss stuff. Get somebody else's opinion. I'm glad, Sharon, that you're on the panel because we can get a
Yes.
perspective from a Filipino woman what she sees.
Mm.
Because we're Westerns, we see it one way, you see it another way to get the other people to
Yeah.
understand. And one of the things I like that you did on your blog, you were talking about somebody coming there for the first time because most of these guys ain't never been there. You come
Mm.
there, and believe it or not, Philippines is a beautiful place to visit, but you can get yourself in a whole lot of trouble if you don't know what you're doing and where you're staying. You know,
Yes.
and what I suggest is what you have said. There's a lot of travel videos out there. There's a lot of people with a lot of knowledge. Do your research, before you actually go to the Philippines. Get your nice hotel. If it's your first time, Calvin, usually I would probably recommend a hotel because you go to bed and breakfast, you're not really gonna
Yeah,
know your way around anywhere. At least you go to a
yeah.
hotel. They can set up tours for you. They can get you a driver, take you wherever you want to go. If you're coming on your own and not really meeting anyone, and if you are, like I still say, uh, I got mixed emotions about having somebody meet you at the airport. Because you said in your video, Sharon, that once that woman meets you, you
Mm.
belong to her. She's gonna kidnap you. You're not gonna be able to go
Yes.
anywhere. Sharon said it,
Absolutely.
Calvin. She said it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the truth. Amelia Yin, thanks for that super chat. Said, I want to thank you for the consistent knowledge on the channel. I'm 29 and we coming to the Philippines for the third time this week. Wish your channel was around before I met my ex-Filipina. Thank you, brother. And I'm
Yeah.
glad you can appreciate what I'm
Yeah.
trying to do, guys. I'm not the Bible over here. I'm just sharing with you my boots on the ground experience. That's all. I mean, how can you argue with somebody's perspective, Fred? But that's what we do. We want to argue Okay, you got a different perspective. I respect that. So just respect mine. Franz Prazio Jr. says, what month is the rainy season over? Looks like I'm coming right into it. Yeah, it started back in June, Franz. It'll run to about December, but
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about that. Just look out here right now. The sun is shining, man, bright. And Michael Beach Your Life is actually in Cebu, where you're going to be going to. He says it's a beautiful day today. Now, you were in Luzon and some places where the rainy season really hits hard, then I would be worried. But the Philippines is spread out. It's not just one Philippines. It's not like you're living in the, Manila and everything that happens in Manila happens everywhere else. No, guys. Some places don't get typhoons, earthquakes, and volcano eruptions and landslides and all of that. It's so spread out. But just check to see what the weather patterns are like in the area that you're going to be. That's very important because a guy told me he's going to Samar, Fred. I told him, man, you better check to see. That's typhoon headquarters. Okay, right there. You better be careful. I love the John said he was kidnapped. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why even I am a Filipina, but I just want to advise to some foreign guy there that choose wisely and spend wisely.
Yeah. Live and Broad said, whoa, you guys are still here. Yeah, we have conversations, man. We got a community here. We don't just come on here glossing over stuff, man. We trying to help you. You can't talk about what we need to talk about in 1 hour or 30 minutes. We could stay on here for 4 hours. And people would still be on here, man. We just try to have some fun, make it interesting. Mitch Brewer said, I'm just waiting till the requirements relax. That translates into no vaccines, I guess, Fred.
Yeah, but from what I've been seeing, on the news and some of the other bloggers I follow, I don't think that's ever going to happen. Because right now, I don't know if you've ever watched, was it Jennifer Terry? She has a lot of good information on her channel.
Yeah, about immigration and all.
Yeah,
that.
immigration, people flying in Cebu, but it all depends on the airlines and stuff. But as far as flying to Manila, any place else besides Cebu, looks like it's off limits if you're not vaccinated.
Yeah, she's got a niche channel. See, she's found her niche. Nobody's going to compete with what she does. She's cornered that market. I mean, you can do it, but she gets gives you every angle.
Well, I'm coming over there in December, so of course I'm watching to see if there's any changes and stuff before we leave out of here. I want to be prepared. And I get to the airport, have a surprise when I get there.
Earl Giles says, don't y'all think it's great that the woman has a job or is in school? Well, absolutely. Like I said, Marilyn has a 4-year teacher's degree. She's very intelligent. We have conversations. We got a lot in common musically and all of that. But, she just financially, she doesn't have a whole lot. That's my role over here.
Yeah.
And I don't have a problem with that, Fred.
And they don't pay a lot there. Yeah. You're right.
It doesn't take a whole lot. But I'm not going to fool myself and think that Marilyn chose me because, I'm some good-looking hunk. She told me straight out, I need somebody to help me. I'm looking for somebody that can help me. I'm tired of struggling. That's why I love her, man. She's upfront and honest, man. But I be trying to share this stuff with y'all, and y'all throw it back in my face. Okay.
Well, the thing is, and got to look at it also, even if they do, like you say, have a job, they're not going to make much money for what Marilyn's doing. You probably can't make any more than that because it's the field she's in. She might even make more money than you people in the medical field. Because I remember it was years ago. I'm pretty sure it's more now. But I remember I had a nurse midwife who was a friend, and she was only making at that time, 5,000 pesos a month. And she was making money on the side just by doing deliveries of babies and stuff. That's how she made her extra money.
Yes, and see, these guys, they're in a delusion, Fred, because Those women aren't online, guys. It's very
No.
tiny piece of
Yeah.
those women that are online like that.
Yeah.
Most of the women that are online, they don't have a whole lot. See, and this is how you're going to meet the woman. You're not going to come over here and chat up a woman over here. You're going to meet online. And I just want to share the bad news with you. Those women with them top jobs and top degrees and all of that, they're not on Filipino Cupid. Okay? All right? So let's just be honest about what's really going on over here. Sharon, be honest, how much money were you earning when you signed up for the dating site?
No, I don't earn money on the dating site.
No. I mean, when you first went on there, what kind of job did you have and how much
No,
was your salary?
okay. My job was I don't have a job when I was making an account in Filipino cases. I only
Okay.
do manicure and pedicure, and I earn only 200 or 250 pesos a day. It's depend of the customer.
Yeah, and I'm not putting you on
Mm.
the spot, Sharon. I promise. You know, I
Mm.
respect you. I'm trying to help your channel, but I
Yeah.
just want you to tell these guys because
Yeah.
they'll believe it coming from you. They don't
Mm.
believe it coming from me. You know, you hear Sharon, and you know none of you guys out there right now watching is going to turn Sharon down.
Yes.
She said right now she
But
was up to 200 pesos a day. But see, this is the thing
Yeah.
that gets to me. We'll say all that stuff online, but you
mm,
guys know the way y'all flipped out on the True Girls spread. I mean, these
Yeah.
guys acting a damn fool. I kept recording just in case they ever want to push back on that. Man, when you get over
mm,
here and see what's waiting for you over here, all this stuff you talking is going out the window, guys.
But see,
I'm
the
just
thing is, one thing, with everything Sharon goes through, I got a lot of respect for Sharon. She's trying to make it. Okay.
mm,
Whatever job she could get, she was doing it. She wasn't laying back and waiting for somebody to come over and start giving her money. She was trying to make money for herself, and in her family, you know. And guys
yeah.
just don't seem to understand that. I don't know why they keep putting Western standard. I left my Western standards years ago. I think back in the
mm.
early 70s when I went overseas for the first time. So I don't think the way they think back there, you
Me
know.
either. And it takes a while, but we're just trying to give them a reality check. Just because a woman doesn't have a lot of money, it doesn't mean that she's less than or she's inferior
Right.
because money really doesn't define what she's going to bring to the table for you. Okay. But for some reason, we want to put those standards on these women over here, the same standards we're running from over there, Fred. These
Yep.
high ass standards over there. You know, these women, you can't do that, guys. I mean, you can, but you're going to end up losing. Man, some of the nicest women over here and some of the most beautiful women over here
Yep.
don't have a college degree and don't earn a whole lot of money. But guess what? They bring a whole lot
Sure.
of fantasy to that table and everything else. For the last 13 years, I've lived out every fantasy I've ever had. I mean, really, you can't put a price on that. And I don't mind paying my way. I know you can't get something for nothing over here. And that's what you guys are trying to do. I'm sorry. You cannot do it. Okay?
Yes, and I just want to share a story. I mean, a little story. You know that here in the Philippines, even they are married, even they are their husband, but I think they want a better life. Even they have a husband, go to um they go to I don't know what to say. They go to Philippine, I mean, dating website for to find a foreigner guy. And then after that, they file an annulment and separated with their husband because they want to have, I think they want to have a better life because perhaps they think to themselves that, okay, I don't want to stay like in this situation again. So it happened here in the Philippines. I saw that quite a lot of um situation it happened. I know one woman that her husband was a carpenter, and then carpenter, and then she sell vegetables, but suddenly she been in dating website for to chat different foreign men until she found one, and then came here to the Philippines and married, and then she filed an annulment with her Filipino
Wow.
husband.
Wow. The Beach of Life says simple, lighthearted, and beautiful women are working in the malls and cafes here that will make you wonder why you ever went online before you got here. But I get it. A lot of us, online dating breaks the ice, right? But you still
Mhm.
got to go through the rigmarole once you get over here. Okay. But the thing that stops us in our tracks is that Western thinking. We see these beautiful women and we're intimidated. We're not
Mhm.
going to walk up to them and say hello, which is all we have to do. Sharon said that. Um, did you see the woman Alex is with Palm from Thailand? She said,
Yes.
that's all you have to do. You don't have to, come up with all that rap and
Yeah.
game. And,
Mhm.
uh, the thing about the dating sites, guys, if you're on the dating sites, look, if the woman's online every time you're online, that's a red flag. Don't date those women. Don't go after them because they're chatting with a lot of men. The women you really want to look for are the ones who aren't online. They'll say, oh, they last seen 2 days ago. You
Mhm.
leave her a message. Now, if she replies back to you, that's who you pursue. But every time you get online, you see these women online. No, they're fishing, guys. Don't do that. It takes a lot of patience to find a good woman online. But one red flag is when you check into that site, she's online. Don't do that. Most of them are at work. They can't be online all the time. They
Nope.
don't have the money to get online. They don't have Wi-Fi. See? But the ones that are always on there when you're on there, look, they're chatting not only with you, but many women. Now he says, who are these guys that don't understand that you keep talking about? I don't see anyone dispute anything said. Well, you just got on here. You got to go back in the chat. These guys said, well, you can't say all, and just because your experience is not like everybody's, they're pushing back because they really think that these women over here want them for them. Eventually they will. But, you know, that's a subject that we need to keep talking about. And I'm going to keep talking about it until you get into your head. Most of the guys who come over here, Fred, we're already established in our countries.
Yes.
We just need a companion. We're not trying to dispute. We know how to play the game. Okay, there's a script over here that I be trying to tell you guys about, but you're in denial. The Filipina has a script, she's following it. But older guys like me, we know. We like, okay, we don't care. Look at this beautiful. We're just fortunate to be with this beautiful young woman. I'm gonna play my role and go on with it. Live happily ever after. We don't
Yeah.
ask a whole lot of questions.
Nope.
Okay, we keep it simple. But these
Yeah.
guys coming over here thinking, oh yeah, uh, I'm a police chief back at home. That lady ain't one. Don't give a damn. She's just saying, do you have a pension? Can
Yeah.
can you
You
stand?
got the
Can you
income coming in.
answer?
Yeah. Well,
Oh man,
like I always said before, I mean, when you meet someone, it takes time. And the ones that do meet someone online, it works. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But how can you actually get a good, meaningful relationship if you can come over there maybe every other year? You might stay 3 weeks. How do you really get to know somebody? You know, and I'm not saying if you meet somebody in person, it's not the same because you take a chance then, you know. So it's like
but
what you said, Calvin, online dating. You just gave some guys some uh, good information. Somebody's on every day. That's not the one you want. You
it's
start
not.
narrowing your list down. Okay.
Yeah, but you bringing so much uh, information today, Fred. See, there's two people watching this channel. One guy's only going to be here for 2 weeks. That's the one I'm getting the pushback from. The other guy's going to be here as an expat. See, when you talk about dating sites and women, yeah, if you're going to be here for 2 weeks, everything goes. you can be the shot caller for 2 weeks, Fred.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want. But if you come over here to live, there's a different set of rules. Okay. If you're going to stay here 24 hours, for 6 months, a year, or whatever. But if you just come here for 2 weeks, yeah, I get it. You throw the damn script out the window. Christoph Wolfgang said, I want to meet that can't speak English. And they're here, Fred.
Yeah, they are. You go out to the province. There's plenty out there.
I mean, yeah, the
right, Sharon? Is there?
Yes.
In the real province that may not speak a lot or can't speak English.
Oh man, but it'll make your head hurt though, Fred, when you keep
saying,
it will. When she keeps saying, huh? What did you say? Man, that'll drive you crazy, man.
Look, Cal, I was thinking about when I was stationed in Thailand. I was over there for the first time, and although they spoke English, it wasn't that well. So believe it or not, if you stay in a place, you're kind of forced to learn a little bit the language. I can't remember any of it anymore, but I actually learned to speak some Thai just to, make myself known, or what I was talking about, And the same thing when you go to Korea, you find places in Korea where they don't speak a lot of English either. And the Philippines is unique in that almost everywhere you go, people speak English, unless you're way up in the mountain somewhere where they don't speak it. But, every place I've ever been there, never had a problem with that.
That's a deal breaker. Hey, David Masterson, thanks for that super sticker. Yeah, that's a deal breaker. And guys don't realize how important that is, that she can speak a little bit of English and understand you at least. Because otherwise, man, it gets old real quick when you can't speak with each other. And then, like Moochie T said, he said that's a sex pact instead of an expat. If all because what are you going to do? When you come over here, you can't, communicate, man. That's like the eighth wonder of the world. Language is. Yep. Hey, Malik Quelly, thanks for the super chat. He said, I'm sorry, Mr. Cal. I've seen the women there, and I'm talking to every woman that catches my eye. Trying to get better. Pray for me, Mr. Cal. And see, that's what you do. If you just speak to 10 beautiful women, 3 of them is going to really give you some interest, Fred. I mean, real genuine interest.
Yeah.
You man, but if you don't play the lottery, Fred, you can't win.
That's true. So Sharon, I mean, guy wants to meet you. You're working at a restaurant, and the guy wants to come up and meet you. What does he have to say to you? When I was there, if you work in the restaurant, a foreigner comes in, he sees you, likes you, and he wants to talk to you. What would he say?
No, she must say hi first, and then can we talk of you, because I have interest on you, so the girl can understand that. But it's because he took it in a respect way.
Well, the way I used to do it, Sharon, when I went into a place, I saw a lovely lady at a restaurant. She'd come over to take my order. And I would say, I'm here today because I heard you guys have free food. And then, we start the conversation that way. Sir, no free food, and then we would start a conversation that way. We get to laughing, you know what I mean? Just something simple. You can make a slight joke that they would understand,
Yes.
Or I would come in and, they asked your name on your order. I said, my name is Mr. Puggett. Okay.
Yes.
Or I might say my name is Fred Pogge or something like that,
Yes.
Yeah, and so the girl understand that.
We were on the bus coming back from college, and I seen a nice looking Filipino. She was sitting there waiting on the bus. Yeah, and there was a Filipino man standing next to her. I said, "Well, do you think that what would he have to say to get to know her?" And Marilyn said, "Usually you just say hello and where are you from." And then she would say, "Oh," and then you say, "Oh, I got friends there." And blah, blah, blah. What school did you go to? What batch and all that? Just simple stuff like that. Jose, thanks for that super sticker.
Well, if you've been in the Philippines for a while, you see a lady you like. Sharon, you're probably familiar with this.
Yes. Yes, and then even I think some foreign guy didn't know if the woman say yes because we
Yeah,
use only our eyebrow
yeah,
like
yeah,
this.
yeah. Understand that.
Yes, it
or,
means
or, or,
yes.
or they do your mouth.
Mm.
But one thing I do notice about Filipinos over here,
Yeah,
and thanks Butch Goodhue for that super chat. He said 10. Um, they don't turn you down like they do in America. Man,
yeah,
Americans, them
Mm.
women over there,
yeah,
they get excited about shooting you
yeah,
down.
yeah.
But over here, they're so kind that they almost feel embarrassed if they don't like you or want to give you, a conversation.
And what they would tell you, like, if they got a boyfriend, they'll tell you, "Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I'm dating someone and everything else."
Mm.
But it doesn't mean you can't continue to have a nice conversation. You know.
That's right. And then you can ask her, well, do you have any friends I can meet?
Yeah, you go from
See,
there.
Yes.
but what's going to stop us in our tracks, Fred? These women are beautiful, and we're intimidated by beauty. That's part of our upbringing over there
Yes.
because we're afraid of failure. We're afraid of rejection, and we bring
Mm.
that over here. But I'm telling you that they're not going to reject you like the
No.
women there. More than likely,
Right.
they're going to follow up and say, okay, yeah, here's my number or whatever. John
Yes.
Gomez, thanks for your super chat. He said, you know what's weird, Calvin? I'm studying Tagalog and most of the words are in Spanish. I understand a lot.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
do.
because remember the
Mm.
Spanish were here for 350
Yeah.
years. A lot
Yes.
of the Filipino words are rooted in Spanish.
Yes.
See, so that's why. But what's crazy about the Tagalog? Now, unless you're going to be up in Luzon all the time,
Mm.
you're not going to speak it. They don't speak Tagalog in San Carlos City.
Right.
Do they know how to speak it?
Mm.
Yeah, but they don't speak it. So
Well,
you're
we
going to.
usually wherever your area is, where you're going to be speaking your own dialect.
Mm.
You
That's right.
beside Cebu, whatever you speak there, you only speak Tagalog when the person you're talking with don't speak your dialect.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing. Now, here's what Dapper Dan says. See, he's never been here before. Dapper Dan says, Dapper Dean, sorry. He said, with all the COVID masks wearing in the Philippines, hard to see some of the hidden beauty. Well, they're not wearing a body mask, Fred.
No,
You can
they're
see
not.
the beauty over here.
you know,
They're not in a damn spacesuit, dude, over here.
man.
You're going to
When you're sitting
see.
there in a restaurant, yeah, you're right. Enough space. And when you sit in a restaurant, they take the mask down to eat. You see them then.
Yeah, yeah, that's all, but yeah,
You go in the mall somewhere, they in a place they're eating. As you walk by, you see them.
absolutely. No, they can't hide that, Fred.
Nah.
They don't have a mask for the booty, do they, Sharon?
No.
you know. Sharon, I was looking at your page. I like your new intro. I see you did some work on
Mm.
your page there. When you come into
I
your site. Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah,
looks
it's one
nice.
of my niece. Thank you. It's one of my niece who did it because when she know that I am starting vlogging, and then she
Yeah,
told to me, "Oh, Ate, you can make an intro." And then I told to
yeah,
her, "I don't know how to do because I am not so very skilled. Even on
yeah,
cell phone, I don't know how to do it." And then she create for me.
yes. But it's nice. I like it. The
Mm,
way you come
thank
in and all
you.
that.
Let me ask you, Sharon. So, what is the traditional Filipino like when it comes to her husband or boyfriend? I know what it's like for me, but I want to hear it from you. So, what do you, what are you going to do for the man? I mean, and what is his responsibility over here? What's the
No, the
man's responsibility?
responsibility. Okay, the responsibility here of the man that he must take care of his girlfriend and respect.
So, does he have to cook?
No, I mean he must defend to his girlfriend and take care like if his girlfriend getting sick, so he just take good care.
Yeah, see, you said something. You said defend. They thought
Yes,
I was joking.
defend.
So Filipina, she wants to know, can you fight? Can you
Mm.
defend her in the event something happens? But these guys think I'm joking. But does he have to wash clothes and all of that over here?
Ah, yes, there are some Filipino
No,
guy.
the man, the man. Do you
Yes.
expect me to wash clothes when I get over here?
No, no, because we don't know, we already know that foreign guy use washing machine and it's automatic washing machine. Yes, but here in the Philippines there are some Filipino guy who wash the clothes, especially
Yeah,
when they have no job and then the wife going to job and then the husband stay at home. So the husband must made
yeah, they're the
make
ones. But I mean, under
the
normal circumstances, hey, give her some of that, honey.
no, in the
Under normal
normal, no.
circumstances,
No, the
if he's
guy does it.
working, if he's working, he's taking care of everything. He doesn't wash clothes. He doesn't clean the house because if I just pick up a broom, I promise you, here comes Marilyn, here comes her mother. They take the broom from me. I
Mm.
mean, I just want to get up my crumbs that I dropped on the floor, Fred.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
won't even let me do that.
If they see
Yes,
you
here.
trying to do it, if they
Yeah,
see
yeah,
you.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
gonna take it. Or if I
Yeah.
go in there, if I just walk toward the kitchen, what you want to eat?
Yeah.
You ready for your dinner,
Mm.
Calvin? That's the mother. I can't even open the refrigerator. You won't let me get that. See,
Mm. Yes,
that's
here
how
our
stuff.
man. Okay, here our man is our king. We serve it and we take good care.
Okay, now Corman FMF says something to consider. Recently, I became aware that more and more condos, Americans, I guess he's talking about, are complaining about difficulty getting dates. Well, I don't know why. Maybe they don't have a pension, Fred. That's what it is.
Probably.
They don't
Calvin,
have
Calvin, as old as I am, and when I'm sitting in a place, restaurant, I still get that. I still get eye action toward me. I'm
a
there with Lynn.
absolutely.
I'm not trying to pick nobody else up, but I think it's the way you carry yourself also. I mean, when you're in a place and everything else. So, we were talking about Sharon was talking about the man does. I use wash the dishes. Lynn cooks. I go in and wash the dishes. I don't mind doing that. But
Mm.
if I don't get to before she does, she'll wash them. But
Yeah,
one thing she always does when she prepares the meal, although she's working, I can cook all the other stuff, but she got certain things she prepared, she likes to do. So I just leave it alone. She still puts my food on the table. She still takes the plate off the table and put it in the sink. Wash and
yeah.
folds the clothes.
I'm not trying to rock that boat.
Nope. I leave it alone because if it's working, leave it alone.
Yeah, yeah, leave it alone.
Yeah.
Larry Love Jr. says, "Hi, Calvin. You got a beautiful little child, man. Thank you. Booby's something else, man. I got a video. She's dancing, singing. She does it all, man.
I meant to ask you, how did the birthday party go?
Oh my
I
God.
saw
How many
parts of
people
it.
here? We got about 40 people here.
Wow.
You know,
Mm.
about
Yeah.
10 children are 12,
Uh-huh.
and the rest adults.
Was there enough
Booby,
costumes for them to play
oh
in?
yeah, yeah, the kids.
Okay.
But the
Okay.
thing is, Booby don't know nothing about Red Horse and LaChan.
You got to remember, Calvin, we have a birthday party. The birthday party is not for the kid. It's for all the dogs to come
Mm.
and get some
Yeah,
red horse. And what's the other thing that I like? Fundador, whatever that is.
absolutely. And you know that because I tell you what, they come, it's more adults there and they come early. And, they act shy. See, here's the thing Filipinos act shy. When I'm around, they don't want to eat. I went in the house and came back, everything was gone. I didn't
Well,
even get any. I didn't get any egg rolls. I didn't get chicken.
Mm.
I barely got a little lechon. I mean, that damn lechon was bone. I was only in the house maybe 30 minutes, Fred.
well,
I
the
told
thing is, because you're a foreigner living there, of course they're ashamed because they don't want to eat because they think you're going to say something.
oh yeah, yeah. Well, they're just trying to be
I
bad.
know.
You know
Yeah.
how it is, Fred. And then
Yeah.
once I've seen it so many times.
Yeah.
When I go up in the mountains to visit my son, I always bring groceries up there and we
Sure.
cook.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting there at the table by myself. I'm like, hey, is anybody else going to eat? And they're trying to be shy, right? So I finish eating. I put on my clothes. I'll walk for a little while, come back. Everything's gone.
Well, like I said, they want to sit down. Sometimes they can be ashamed. Maybe they don't speak English as well. And because usually I get that from some of the relatives. And, my wife said, that doesn't bother him. At least you're trying, and
Yeah.
I try to do my little Tagalog. And we sit down and we just have a good time. It's always this thing where they look at us differently sometimes because if Lynn gives the family something, what's Fred going to say? I'm not going to say nothing. I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
Your family's always giving you stuff. They give me stuff. I get them. Who cares? Seriously, Calvin, that does not bother me in the least. What Lynn does. Lynn worked just as hard as I did when I was in the workforce. She makes her own money, Calvin. I take care of the usual stuff in the house, utilities, whatever it is. And I don't ask her what she does with her money. She saves it, and she made a better life for us here. Be honest with you, if it weren't for Lynn, I probably wouldn't have a house that we own here that's paid for because she worked with me and not against me. And some people sometimes they don't understand that. Because we've actually had people get jealous of us because we got a place. We worked for it. Nobody gave us this.
And see, that's the one thing I want to reiterate. If you come over here and you meet the right Filipino, man, she's going to be a companion. There's nothing that she is not going to do if you meet the right one.
Yes.
I mean, they're very loyal. That's why a
Yes.
lot of the BPO companies are moving to the Philippines.
Yeah.
They will help you build your business as if it's theirs. And it's the same thing with you, Fred. Like you said, if you meet the right woman, whatever it is you're trying to do, she's going to be right there. She'll
She
work
was with me. Yeah. She was working me. It was kind of funny because we were working two jobs. My oldest boy was 2 years old. We moved out here, didn't have anything, Calvin. 4 boxes and $4,000 is all I had when I moved out here. And we was working at these commissary on the base, stocking shelves for one of the vendors. And my 2-year-old would be with us when we were doing that. We did that for a while until we were able to find a cheaper place to move into. And then the rest is history. Things started getting better for us. This is my new life. When I left the States, so I'm not going to live back here. There's nothing back there in the States but family. But as far as making a life back there, I prefer to be here or in the Philippines. Sharon, here on Guam, if it's not the main population, we have more Filipinos here on Guam, I think, right now than we have the people that's native to Guam. Wherever you go in any of the service industry, you have Filipino working. When I worked at the hospital, a lot of our nurses are Filipino. There's a lot of Filipinos in the Navy. So, of course, a lot of our corpsmen were all Filipino. So wherever you go, you're going to find them. I call this Philippines number 2.
Yeah, San Diego has the biggest concentration of Filipinos in all America. It's a lot. How many people are on Guam, Fred?
We got over 100,000 people that live here. It might be 150,000 is what I'm thinking.
All?
That's all. Guam is not that big, Kelvin. We're let's see, what is it? We're 36 miles long and 36 miles across. That's about it.
I didn't know that. Was that few people?
Well, remember you always saying you want to be surrounded by ocean. You got to have ocean. You got ocean. You go further on down. You go around the island, man. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Ithiel Jose, thanks for that super chat. He said the Asian Filipinos in the Philippines were immigrants from China, Korea, and Japan. The real Filipino is similar to Pacific Islanders explorer. And also, there's the African aspect of it. The original Filipino, he's an African. He migrated from Africa, depending on who you want to talk to, anywhere between 20 and 30,000 years ago.
That's
They're
correct.
still here. They're the Ada people is what they call them, but they have their own island, and they really isolated for real.
Yeah, they are.
To be honest with you. But you see them, if you go to places like Boracay, you're going to see the black Filipinos. And it's going to shock you, man. They look a
Mm.
lot. Some of them do, but some of them have the blonde hair like
Yeah,
the original Australians, the Aborigines in Australia.
yeah,
But most of them just look like black people. I saw when we were coming from Baraka, you have to stop in Iloilo, then you catch
hmm
Mm.
the ferry from Iloilo to Bacala. It was a family, it was a man, I guess it was his wife or either his three daughters.
Mm.
They just looked like me and you, Fred, except for the clothes they were wearing.
yeah.
I gave them 100 pesos each, boy, and they thought I was Jesus.
Well,
They were
you
happy.
also see him, Calvin. You also see him around Angeles City too.
Yeah. The real, I'm not talking about Phil Lambs.
No, no, no.
I'm
I'm
talking
talking about the
about,
real. Yeah.
yeah, the real
No,
one.
no. I'm
Yeah.
not talking about them. I know what you're saying.
Yeah. Willie Hernandez says, I have my tickets to the Philippines for February and we'll be there for 5 weeks. I ended up buying a condo in Cebu. Wow. Moncton area when
Wow.
I was there this year.
Mm.
Cebu is a mix of city and province. I love Cebu. If I were going to settle anywhere outside of San Carlos City, it would be in Cebu because he's right. You don't have to leave Cebu Island, guys. If you come here for the first time, they've got Bantayan Island, Camotes, Malboal, Oslop, Argyle, Malapascua, you name it. And then, of course, they got Cebu City, which, in my opinion, that area, including Lapu-Lapu, man, they got some beautiful women there, man. I'm like, they come from all over because
Yeah.
Cebu is like that hub in the central Visayas region. People get jobs and stuff like that. Butch, thanks for that super chat. He said, hey, Calvin, glad to finally catch a live that I canceled my 2 weeks vacation and got it rescheduled for December. That way it can be there for a month. But thanks for all the advice. Appreciate you all. You're welcome. And you coming at the right time.
Yeah.
Christmas here is off the chain, right, Fred?
Yes, it
Mm.
is. Starting in September.
Yes.
Yeah. And
He
that's when
said,
we're going to be there in December ourselves. For 1 month, we're going to be there. It's been 3 years since we've been back because of COVID and all the
Mm.
other stuff. So,
Yes.
what are you thinking about, Sharon?
No, I don't think anything.
well, give us your opinion on the dating scene here. Are you seeing anybody right now, Sharon? Are you open to dating anybody?
No,
Are you
for now,
open?
no.
But I
Yeah.
mean,
I mean, okay.
are you open to dating somebody? If the right guy comes along,
For
because you still got a dating app. I mean, you still got a profile.
yes, but I didn't use my profile. I mean, I deactivate my account in the Filipino cases because since I receive a message from not guy, I mean not nice, and then I deactivate. So I told to myself, no, I must stop, and then it will be the right time. But for the moment, I have no plan for to have a date right now because I am focused in my blog and to take care of my daughter, especially she go back to school now, and then I must wake up early at 4:30 in the morning because she must be at school before 6 a.m. because her class starts 6 a.m. or 6:30.
Wow. Yeah, school started back
Yes.
yesterday for most people
Mm.
here, and they're excited. I mean, I went in town on Sunday. It was so crowded
Mm.
everywhere. Unitop was just, you couldn't get in Unitop. That's like a little department store here that sells, all the
Mm.
pencils and notebooks and folders. I mean, yeah,
Yes.
you could not get in there, Fred. It was a line outside.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
like,
Yeah,
yeah,
because
it was like
my,
pandemic.
my grandkids just started school on Monday, and I was just laughing, because my son had sent me a picture. My little granddaughter, she's only a year old. She was crying because she couldn't go to school with them. They
Mm.
were all heading out the house.
Yeah, Russell Johnson said, Sharon, I watched your fashion show. You have a fashion show, Sharon?
Yes, I made a two fashion show
Yeah,
the
yeah,
last fashion show that I made when it was my birthday, and
yeah,
the gown that I wore on that fashion show, it's from my gays friend because they are working in the bridal shop. I mean, shop for wedding dress or casual or wear for any event. So I told to them, okay, could you bring me some three gowns so that I can wear it, and then
yeah.
they bring it at home, and
Yeah, I
then
saw
they
it.
put
Yeah,
makeup also.
yeah, I
Yeah, well,
saw it. At first, I didn't know that was you, Sharon. Look, who's this?
now, if you're available, Sharon, I want you to be one of the judges. I'm going to
Mm,
have the second annual Miss Sunshine Shoulders Beauty Contest,
mm,
but this time it's going to be different. I'm going to tailor it just like the Miss Universe contest. I'm going to have
mm,
three Filipino judges, three
mm,
men judges, and I'm going to be the tiebreaker just in case. So let me know if you're going to be available.
okay.
And it'd be, as it gets close to Christmas, because that way the winners will have some money for Christmas. Last year was good, but uh, I had the voting thing going on. I'm not going to
Mm,
do
Yeah,
that anymore. I'm going to actually have some judges this time
yeah.
and make it more simple because I was up all night for it counting them votes. People were voting over and over and over. And
Well,
thanks, Corey, for that super sticker.
Calvin, have you noticed since your channel's taken off, this way taken off, do you find out that you're more busier than you ever been before? You know, because it seems like you go in different places, you're meeting your subscribers. And I'm wondering, how do you make time for yourself now? I know it's
Well,
something
no,
you enjoy doing. I know you
yeah,
enjoy doing it. I'm not
yeah.
saying that. I know
They
you
come
do.
here. They
Yeah.
come
Oh,
here, Fred.
okay.
And remember, I only spend, other than my live streams like I'm doing now,
Yeah.
other than that, Fred, I spend about 15 minutes a day on my channel.
Oh,
That's
okay.
it. I don't edit. Maybe I'm going to get better equipment, but other than that, my videos, they come out of my life experiences.
Yeah.
So I'll go to bed thinking about something, and then I'll wake up and it'll be in there, and I'll just
Yeah.
talk about it for 10 or 15 minutes, and that's it. I'm done with my YouTube. And then, that's it, man. It's just something that comes naturally to me. I don't spend a whole lot of time on it.
Yeah.
mm,
And now me and Marilyn, we're going to go on a little staycation we haven't been back to Sikiho Island since
Hmm.
pre-pandemic, since
Yeah.
February
mm.
2020. So we're gonna go there for 4 or 5 days this weekend. But other than that, Fred, trust me, I'm on a perpetual vacation.
Yes.
If this was like work, man, I wouldn't do it. I don't want anything like work. And people always messaging me, "What's a good business?" I said, "I really don't know. Very few
Yeah.
people come here to work, Fred."
Well, like I said, I definitely wouldn't be there working, but especially when you find something you like doing. Sharon, I'm always interested. I'm gonna look it up, but since you live up there in Lapu Lapu, it'd be interesting
Mm.
to see what kind of hotels that's available there. Because Calvin usually talks about what's there in Dumaguete, where foreigners can stay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Because I don't,
in
I don't,
Lapu-Lapu. Okay.
because I don't know if you did a video on that. I don't remember seeing one. If me and my wife wanted to come there for a visit or something, where would we stay? Because I know nothing about the area. If I go see Calvin, I know where I'll stay.
Yes, if you would like to stay hotel which is close to the sea, there is a B Hotel, Moving Peak Hotel, Shangri-La Hotel, and the last one is the Plantation B. It's a resort, and Crimson. But Shangri-La, Crimson, and Plantation B, it's quite expensive. And I
Yeah.
think Moving Peak also. But in B Hotel, I think they are less. And there is also, if you would like to live in the city, there is a hotel. I think Sunbury Gold Hotel and
Hmm.
Villa Vista Hotel. And there is
Hmm.
also a little hotel, but I think it's not very comfortable. But better to stay, if you would like to stay in the city, better to stay in the Vista Villa
Hmm.
and Sunbury Gold Hotel.
Right. Calvin,
And then there is
have you ever been to Lapu Lapu, Calvin? You ever been there?
I have, yeah. My
Okay.
first trip here, Fred, I stayed in Lapu Lapu, Moncton, which is Lapu Lapu.
Okay,
Sharon
so
gave
that's all the
me
same. Okay.
the new generation calls it Moncton. The old
Okay.
generation calls it Lapu Lapu.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought
So
they
it's
were
one of the
different,
same.
but it's the same.
Okay.
I spent my first 2 weeks there. Yeah, there's a lot of resorts there, but what I try to do is show like the lower price good deals.
Yeah.
Like Sharon, I would suggest you do one on Ace Pension House, right across from Gaisano Mall.
yes, Ace Pension House, in the front of the Gaisano
Yeah,
Mactan Island Mall.
Yeah.
right. See, do one on that where guys, because I always suggest to guys when you fly into Moncton, you're gonna be tired. Get you a room there for 1 or 2 days, get
Yeah.
situated, then go over the bridge to Cebu where all the action is. But if you don't
Oh, okay.
let your body catch up, you're gonna be sleepy and groggy all the time. And this is not the place to be sleepy and groggy, man. You know. But that would be a good one. And then there's actually a hotel right next to it, but it's not as nice as the Ace Pension House. And the Ace Pension House is about $25 or something, but you get, Wi-Fi, cable, hot and cold, modern furniture. They got a
Yeah.
rooftop restaurant.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
it's
That's nice.
about 5 minutes from the airport, and then you're right up the street from the bridge.
I like that.
Yeah.
And then the room of Ace Pension is big and it's less expensive.
Absolutely. Let's see. The guy says when you threw your hair over your shoulders, Sharon, you did something to him. Said,
Sharon is here talking. All they watch is Sharon throw her hair over her shoulders. They're probably hear a word she said. Sharon, I tell you what, I'm glad you're on the panel. Because it sure makes things more interesting.
But I'm gonna tell you something. This guy's right about this. He's not thirsty. He's telling the truth. He said,
"Yeah,
Sharon, I want to thank you for your insight on the history of things about your country and cultural things. Those subjects are amazing to me. So thank you for surfacing on YouTube." Sharon, it shocked me that some of the topics, Fred, that she's come up with already.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, if she continues this, she might be going somewhere.
Well, last video, she's at the museum. You got the museum?
Yes.
So I'm watching part 1 of it. So
yes, and then it's a very long video, and then I will upload all of that so that you can see everything since when Lapu-Lapu arrived and Magellan arrived in the Mactan, and then about the battle, about the ship that they ride. Yes, I will upload everything of that.
TJ Johnson, this is the 5-star general, Fred.
Okay.
He said, off my trip at a beach house on Lapu Lapu, Moncton. Anyone have recommendations for the best spicy lechon, freshly cooked only? I skewer easily. Well, you're in the right area. Cebu is known for lechon. What's a nice place, Sharon, he can get a good lechon for?
No, the people said that the best lechon is in Karkar, but there are different now tasty and lechon even here in Lapu-Lapu. And I know, we had a friend who sell lechon. They are a lechon sealer. And there is also close to Mactan New Town, I think in the little street there beside in Mactan New Town, beside there is a Imong's lechon. But I think you can buy 1 kilo or 2 kilo every Sunday because they sell something kilos of lechon during Sunday.
I'm trying to think of that famous lechon place. They've even got one in the airport. And man, the lechon is good. And I don't eat a lot of lechon, but it's delicious. And then they make that. What do they make with the leftovers? Is it I forgot what they put vinegar and what's that called, Sharon?
Blood?
No, the lechon that's left over the meat. They make
paksiw. Paksiw.
Oh, that's delicious. Yeah.
So what is it? Just mixed with meat? Is it?
Yeah.
No, the Yes, meat of the lechon that left over on the day that the party, and then in the next day, you put it in the casserole and put vinegar, soy sauce, and spring onions, garlic,
Mm,
and onions. Yeah.
that sounds good. That sounds
No,
tasty.
it's
Yeah.
delicious, man.
Got
I
my
mean,
mouth watering already.
now I can't deal with the fish paxil. They make
Mhm.
that, and
Yeah.
because they'll
Mm.
eat that, that'll last for about a week because they got the vinegar and stuff in it. That's why they make it because it lasts, right? But
Yeah.
I can't
Yes.
deal with that. But the pork, but the lechon, oh, it's delicious.
Mm.
RLVRV, it's a great point, guys. Anybody that's flying into Manila right now, he says if you're going to be in Manila, be ready for the crawling stop and go traffic because
Mm.
face-to-face classes are back for the students. Thank
Yep.
you, RLVRV. That's a great point right here. It's bad anyway, but now the school's in. So if you're flying in September, anytime this week, be careful. Do you know any of the True Girls, Sharon? If you saw the True Girls,
Yes,
did you?
I saw them, but I don't know them.
Yeah. It shocked me that they don't go over, just like you, Sharon. You don't go in
Mm.
Cebu a lot, do you?
Yes, I go a lot to Cebu because there is a way and it's less for you to, I mean, not so very expensive for to go to Cebu City because we can ride a public vehicle, especially aircon. And then from Lapu-Lapu City Terminal, you can ride going to SM for only 25 pesos just for
Right.
aircon buses. Yes. And
How
sometimes
often?
for
How
us
often
to
do you go?
less, mm,
How
and
often
for
do you go?
what? Excuse
How
me?
often do you go to Cebu?
No, I often go to Cebu if I have something to buy that I cannot find it here in Lapu-Lapu.
Right. I mean,
And then
how many times? How many times per month?
I think four times a month or five times a month.
Yeah, because the True Girls, they say they never go over there. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, wow, you're just right across the bridge, Fred.
Mm.
But
I
Lapu
think it's
Lapu
the
is like a
close.
whole different city.
Well, since I'm
Uh,
not familiar with that area, that's why I ask questions. I get confused because I'm more familiar with Luzon than I am with
Mm.
Cebu and all those areas. So usually that's why I asked the question. I'm just curious. Yeah.
yeah. Can you cook, Sharon? Are you a good
Yes, I
cook?
can. I am not so really sure if I am a good cooker, but I know a few Filipino dish and I can cook.
How about the leftover lechon you was talking about with
Oh
the
yes,
onions, vinegar,
yes,
and all that? Can you cook that?
yes, Paksiw,
Okay.
yes, I can cook it. Especially pork humba. I can cook pork humba.
So, what's the biggest difference between being with a foreigner and a Filipino, Sharon? That you can say, is it a challenge for you being with a foreigner? What's the biggest difference you think?
No, I mean the biggest difference thing is I think for me because the foreigner can give a good feature to the Filipino woman, and then because they earn quite a lot of money, and then if you to the and they are also responsible and family thinking, I mean family oriented, hearing, but there are also some Filipino are like that, but for Filipino men I think their salary is not good enough, and then they need to go abroad for to work so that they can support their family,
Yeah.
because here if they are living here in the Philippines they only fit all the salary that they can have, so they make a budget of their money that they earn, but in other country if they work it in other country they have salary much bigger than here in the Philippines.
Okay,
And
let
then
me
like
ask.
what I said,
Right,
there are some Filipino guy also that it's very irresponsible and always drunk, using drugs.
but I mean, as far as are foreigners demanding, because a lot of times we're impatient,
Mm,
and especially you've been with foreigners from the West, Belgium, and then the
mm,
Filipino. Is there a difference in love making? Because we demand different things than maybe what the Filipino man wants. That's what I'm talking about. Is there like a difference? Like, you know,
Yes, there is a different. There is a different.
okay, what's the difference?
No, the difference is the foreign. Some foreign guy are very romantic, and they I don't know how to say
They take
they
their
good.
time.
Okay, they make a good romance.
Okay.
Yeah,
Honestly, and
but
tell
do
you
they?
frankly, I'm not ashamed because it's true.
I'm I'm gonna put you on the hot seat. But do they ask you to do things that Filipino men don't ask you to do in the bedroom? I'm saying. Do they
I
like? Oh,
know.
you like? Oh, hold on. Yeah, I've never tried that before.
No. There are some Filipino guy also who is a traditional and they don't do good and inside the bedroom.
So what do you mean they're conservative?
Yeah, sometimes and they know after kissing directly again, not like foreign guy that's always hug and then something like that. But the some of the Filipino guys they go directly what they want, but not the
Oh,
foreign
okay.
guy. Yes, the
Yeah.
foreign guy have some way to before they get it, but the Filipino guy no, they get it directly.
So no
Oh, okay.
romance, more or less,
Yeah,
no
no,
romance first. Right.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Wham bam. Merlin told me it's wham bam, thank you, ma'am. And
But
that's it. You know,
uh,
they always they get there, they're not worrying about the woman because you remember Marilyn was 36 when I met her.
yeah.
She only had an orgasm 2 times before I met her.
Mm.
Now she has one every night, Fred. I spoiled her.
Hey, you probably gonna get censored for that now, Calvin. You know, I can see the things coming
No.
in. Oh, I thought it was supposed to be sunshine shoulders. You know, now we're talking about Calvin's mysterious life
No,
behind
you know,
after the camera goes off. What
yeah,
happens in your place?
yeah.
Well, we used to have that
No, I'm not
saying,
gonna
"Bit bam."
sugarcoat it.
Hey, Calvin, you ever heard that saying, "Bit bam, thank you, ma'am."
Yeah, wham bam,
Yeah.
thank you, ma'am. That's what Merlin said. She
But we
said that.
had but we say bit bam. Thank you,
Oh,
man. So
yeah. She said, well, ain't too much that they trying to give me. You know, she
Mm.
said they just jump on top of you and do their business and roll over.
yeah.
You happy?
So
Look at
Sharon on your
Sharon.
channel,
Is that
on your
true,
channel,
Sharon? You laughing?
but she's laughing.
Yeah. But anyway,
Sharon on your channel, do they if you have viewers that want to come to your area, you know, just coming to plan to make a vacation? Because I saw somebody was asking for recommendation. Was that TJ?
Mm.
You know, he's
Yes,
asked for
yes.
recommendation where to stay.
Yes, he asked me and then I suggest him if
Yeah.
he wants to stay in the condo, better to stay in Mactan Newton because there it's
Yeah.
very accessible. Yes, and
Yeah.
if he would like to rent also a fully furnished house like I shown,
Yeah.
there is also fully furnished and nice, very nice and very safe subdivision.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you something that I don't like about Moncton Newtown. It's nice,
Mm.
right? But it's
Yes.
way out of the way, Fred.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I wouldn't suggest if you're new, I wouldn't suggest you stay there because you're way off the beaten path. And I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's a long way from there to the city of Cebu City.
So what's the magic down there? If people are
It's really
staying there,
bad.
what's the magic? What's the magic there? He says a long way away. Is there some kind of reason why people stay there?
Well, you know, a lot of guys they go online and they see these nice places and they book it.
Ah,
And
okay.
they, you know, it's not that far from the airport though. But
Right.
it's far from once you get there, because what they're trying to do is make it an all-inclusive place.
Mm.
Right.
They even got a grocery store there now. They're trying to make you stay there and don't go anywhere else, but
Yeah.
they've even got a little food place that has dancing and different things like that. But
Yeah.
you fall off the beaten path. I wouldn't go there. But yeah, guys, we got about 1 minute left. I want to say thank you for all your super chats, your super stickers, your thumbs up, all your support for Sunshine Shoulders. We did reach the 40,000 subscriber plateau, Fred. It's just amazing, man. I want to thank everybody.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank my wonderful panel again, OG Fred and Sharon Lapu Lapu. I always give y'all the last say. So, Sharon, you got 30 seconds. Tell us what's going on in your life.
Okay, I'm doing well and I am happy of my life. And thank you for supporting my channel. And please still subscribing. And I will have my live stream tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. in the morning, Philippine time. It's open discussion and question will come.
Okay.
And thank you, Sir Calvin, for having me here. And Sir Fred, thank you. Nice meeting you again.
Well, you're a permanent member of the panel as long as you want to come on, Sharon, until your channel gets up and going, and then you'll have your own live streams. But as long as you want to come on here, you're welcome. All right, Fred, give us something to chew on for the rest of the day.
Well, the only thing I can say to chew on, as usual, I'm always grateful for the people out there that support you, Calvin. And thank you for having me on since I've been on with you, about a year now? Or maybe almost there. And I just appreciate the folks out there, and everything else. And thank you for inviting me back. But guys, if you go to the Philippines, we try to give some good advice. Make sure when you go there, have a good time, but please be safe. And our recommendation, if you can go with a friend, travel with a friend if you can, and try not to travel by yourself unless you don't have no choice. But if you do your homework, check into a safe place and go from there.
Yeah. Thanks, Know Thyself, for that super sticker. Here's a question. Wesley Gross, thanks for the super check. He said, what's the best method to utilize? I bring 3 months expenses of savings from the U.S., though I'm staying for 2.5 weeks. That's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money. But I would say, you can only bring up to 10,000.
Yeah.
And anything other than 10,000 in cash, you have to declare that. So don't bring over 10,000. Okay. Don't be like John. John bought 110,000 over here, Fred. You didn't know.
Yeah.
Crazy.
A lot of money. With Wesley, going for 2.5 weeks, Wesley, by the time you get over wherever you're flying from, if you're coming from the States, you're going to be tired. And by the time you recuperate, you're going to be turning around, going back home again.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a lot of money for 2.5 weeks. I really don't know. People ask me that question all the time. How much should I bring? But then again, you remember your ATM card works over here, Wesley, and you got some protection with that. But I always just say, hey, why don't you just bring 1,000 for every week you're going to be here? That's really a guess because you're going to have money left over, especially, if you don't go crazy. Like the guy up in English City was spending, he said 200 to 400 a day on women. I'm like, wow.
Well, it'll cost you if that's all you want to do, Yeah.
Willie Hernandez, thanks for that super chat. He says, hi, Sharon. I'm a Filipino American, and I'm fluent in Tagalog, but I have no accent. I was born in the PI in the Philippines, but grew up in the U.S. Do Filipino women find Philams as an option to date? I plan to move there in 2 years.
Yes, absolutely. Even you are Filipina, it doesn't matter because I had a friend of mine. Her sister is married of a Philam also, a man from Germany, but his mother is a Filipino. Filipina.
Yeah, you got a pension, don't you?
I want to say,
and you can apply for the visa. You're not gonna have a problem with it. As a matter of fact, though, by him being fluent in Tagalog, he has a leg up on everybody else, Fred.
Yes, he does. You're right.
You really got an advantage, man. I'm gonna tell you something.
Yep.
Man, if I knew the language, boy, I'd be in so much trouble. But I'm kind of glad I don't, because it keeps me honest. But yeah, thank y'all so much, everybody. I can't get my stupid this stupid phone, I can't get into my messenger. Look at it, just going round and round today.
Well,
Play
Calvin,
my
you already know the song. Just sing it.
Yeah.
Sunshine show. Before we go, one last question. I haven't seen Dana on here lately because he usually posts travel stuff. I haven't seen any travel thing or anything.
Well, I think he got mad at us over that monk mode thing.
Oh, okay.
And he's probably watching.
Okay.
And he's probably mad about that monk mode thing. But Fred, I tell you, I didn't know what monk mode was, guys. Y'all put that in my channel. We brought it up. He took it personally, like we was attacking him, but we wasn't. You know, and I said, you know, some guys do that. Because I said, what's monk mode? They was like, well, guys who voluntarily go without sex, you know, for a long time. And, you know, some guys, it's not voluntary. They have, you know, a sickness, medical problems, you know, old age, whatever it is. But he took it personal, and you know, man, life goes by too quick for that, guys. We're not here to try to make fun of anybody or attack anybody. We're trying to have fun, but a lot of you guys, man, you're too damn sensitive, man. Can't even tell a joke in America. That's why I'm not going back, because I like to joke. They're gonna lock me up over there.
Well, I'm not going back there either.
I tell 5 or 6 jokes, they're gonna lock me up over there.
You know.
But yeah, thank y'all so much.
Okay. Thanks, Calvin. Appreciate it. Sharon, good seeing you again.
Bye. Thank you.
Okay. Take care, everybody.
God bless.
Thank you to the panel. Booby, say bye.
Bye. What's on your head, Booby?
She's got a fever.